All right, I'm gonna swap over to this bad boy. I need to make an icon for my particular protagonists, because obviously a little bit different here. Just gonna disable this as soon as I find it. And we're not doing winds of change stuff. We definitely have obviously different characters here right now. And I'll have to make boop boop. I'll have to make Rin and omitted Snacksy their own little thing here in a second. Or not in a second, in a little while. I'm gonna move this up, that way we can make room for omitted when she joins. We'll probably sit down and talk for a little bit until omitted joins in, as I don't want her rushing home to get back from work. And yeah. Give me 1 second. Gonna get rid of Winds of Change because reasons. And I'll eventually make some more icons. I'm gonna set up my play arena. Is she? And Serpent. I've got to curate a little bit more music for this at some point. Be a good idea for me to do so. But we've got some idle music. I've got that stuff disabled, Kronos. For our games, I disable like Blurp and Tangy. I'm sorry, dude. But I'll do it for you. Perfect. I know. Okay, I'm gonna unmute and say hello to everybody and let them know what's going on too.
They're fucking right. It is a good ass fucking steak.
Jesus.
The fries are where they get you really fucking salty, so they're like, oh, you're gonna keep drinking. But the steak was fucking spot on. 10 out of 10.
Well, anyway, the point is up here. It's straight up nudity. There's no in between.
What?
I mean,
It's all clothes off.
What the fuck did I just come into?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you them about the difference between American and Canadian strip bars.
Wait.
The
what?
other difference
Okay.
is we don't have dollar bills. So how do you pay your strippers, one might ask?
You slot in the loonies.
Hell, you guys are throwing change up there, aren't you?
Well. So you see, what the stripper does
What? Oh my
is
god.
at the end of her dance, there's a little game, right? She'll take a poster and she'll like roll it up into a cone. And she's also got these two little magnets on like the sides of her little G-string thing. And then she like gets down on the floor in front of you and spreads her legs and holds the cone there, and you're supposed to get your loonies or toonies down it.
That's such a stupid currency name.
It's real. This is real. This is
So
how
how-
we
how
win
often-
stuff.
How often is she like, oh, she's not dancing tonight? Why? She got some fucking coin poisoning. It went in and she couldn't get it out.
Well, I don't think that ever happens. There's also very strict bouncers. If you throw it too hard or try to hit her, you're fucking out with a black eye at the very least.
I'll be right back. My Discord was acting kind of wonky, so I'm wanting to just restart it. As much as I love hearing about Canadian strip clubs and how you gotta slot toonies into the right
We get real
location.
wild and have a stripper sit down and be like, you are a troll. What's your move? Don't worry, we're paying for your time. Just what are you doing here? It'll be
Would
great.
you like a lap dance, honey? Hang on, let me see if I can resist your charms.
Better luck next turn.
So
But last time I went to a strip club, a guy I knew was joining the military, and he was like, I've never been. I want to go. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go. This is like spur of the moment. I was like, do you have much money? He's like, no. I was like, good, neither do I. So I went to the fucking cheapest one that I could think of.
oof.
And fucking, we sat next to the wall, and I was like, I didn't realize how fucking bad a place this is. I was looking, I was like, there's fucking bullet holes, and I was putting my little pinky in 9mm hole. I'm like, I think the bullet's still fucking in there, and we were like fucking looking at that. The bouncer came over, had one fucking eye, and I was like, he was like, hey, what are you guys doing? I was like, you guys really have bullet holes in the wall still? And he's like, yeah, that happened like a couple months ago. We just never fixed it. And I was like, okay. He fucking lifted his hand to give us like a thumbs up. He was missing most of his fucking fingers on that hand. I was like, you're gonna be a shit bouncer, dude. I didn't say that to him, but I think he fucking saw it on my face. We left shortly after. Very disappointing.
Hey, quick question. How long have people on your channel been able to hear our conversation?
The whole time.
I mean, yeah, for a little while.
I don't care. I wear
Hi,
my
everybody!
Hello, chat.
stuff. Howdy.
I just have to question,
Come visit!
Rin, how do you know so much about strip clubs?
Berta.
All right, that's fair.
Literally, what else is there to do up here but drink and go to the rippers?
It's the equivalent of kids getting in a fucking jacked up F-150 and sitting out in front of a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, we do that too.
Oh, God.
Alberta is full of fucking baby peen trucks.
Das, you beautiful.
Hey, if you got a little peen, you gotta make
bitch.
up somehow. Lift that fucking truck. Hell yeah, brother.
I literally have hearing loss in my left ear from when I was 17 working the Tim Hortons drive-thru from all the fucking diesel trucks.
Ugh.
That's when you just order them a kid's meal and be like, come on through. Hand it to them.
It's Tim Hortons. There's no kids meals. It's
Well, I don't know what the kids
Stop.
meal is.
Timbit.
equivalent of a Tim
Timbit.
Hortons. I don't know these things.
Cookout
I'm
as a
forgetful when I'm
spot?
done
That makes
sometimes.
sense, Kronos.
But
That makes
that's
sense.
my job tonight.
Looks like I beat you to the punch.
Oh yeah? What's your intelligence stat?
Let me pull it up.
'Cause mine's 8.
Oh my gosh.
Super.
I have an 11. We could
Super
argue
glad.
about stuff. Oh no.
It's gonna be a fun time.
I gave you my sheet to look over, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm totally
What am I
going to do that."
What am I supposed to do? Just say no. You gotta be smarter. No, you make whatever fucking character you want.
No, but you could be like, "Are you sure?"
Listen, I know what you're doing. Like, you know what you're doing,
Okay.
and that's fine. I'm just saying, tonight's gonna be interesting.
Is she to the level that we have to like talk special to her? Like, hey
No,
there,
No,
that's
no.
I think like
adventurer.
a 5.
No,
How are
Oh,
you today?
I
You
see an
ready for a
omitted
big
in chat.
adventure?
Oh, murdered.
Ermagerd or murdered.
You're going after work. 95 Mazdas.
I have to say, I still love the character
Jesus.
cards.
Yeah, actually, those are really good.
Um,
I am currently working on my drawing
Okay.
while we play.
And that's fine. Like, as soon as I get some like finalized or whatever, which ones you're comfortable with for like Rin and Snacks, yeah, I'll put them on cards too.
Yeah. I think once I get this one done with colors and stuff, I can give
That's
it
okay,
to
Omitted.
both Omitted and Winged, and they can just fuck around with their AI art and their real art and stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you want, of course. I would never force that on you.
I'm having way too much fun with it.
They were really cool.
I know, Omitted. Don't rush. It's fine. We're just chilling for right
I
now.
was getting some Phyrexian too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After he submitted that monster in fucking chat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, honey.
Yeah, I woke up to that. I was like, what the fuck is this garbage?
I just scrolled up and somehow I missed this Asher one you sent me.
Oh,
Hello.
I was wondering why you never responded to that.
That's
but I was
why
like,
I
okay.
didn't see it.
That one's going in the spank bank.
Can I
Oh,
get
wow.
a body pillow cover, please? Thank you.
Eventually,
Wouldn't that be
we.
something? Wouldn't that be something? Some people make, side business selling jerky. Other people are making body pillows of fucking the characters, and they're
Yeah.
selling.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll be
have a
making
singles of
ears,
Salus
maybe.
calendar. It's gonna happen. I just need to find someone who's like of the right style who will do it.
For the calendar?
Yeah. Some,
Depending on your style, I might be able to help.
I'm really interested to see Saskia in your style, Rin.
I have high grand plans to do everyone.
Shay.
I actually have an idea for
Asher needs to protect his
Snaxy
butt.
and Rin first. But I want to get this one done first for canon.
Oh yeah, of course. And I'll pay you too.
No, you absolutely will not.
I will.
You already did with Elden Ring.
El Daniel. We gotta hit that up soon.
That was for my
Elden Ring,
Valentine.
the Spanish game about Den Ring.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was because that was your Valentine.
Y'all having Valentine's? I didn't have no Valentine's.
Huge boobas.
I
Hey.
had Saskia.
I had to melt chocolate on myself on my own bed, and it was sad.
Especially if you melt it too low and it's a spot you can't reach yourself.
I have bad news. There's a lot of spots I can't reach myself.
But by God, he'll try.
Exactly. I still rolled around. I fucked that bed up, rolling around trying to get it.
It just looks like your sheet. Someone
I
shit in your
was
bed.
just gonna say that.
Oh,
He
fuck.
like
I was about
brings
to make it a
someone
lot
home
worse.
and he forgot to change him.
It's just chocolate. It's just chocolate.
It's just like that one IT crowd episode.
Oh my god.
Goodness. Hell yeah, serpent. Got that old man charm. Dakir's gonna be the silver
Serpent's
fox.
in on the calendar.
Hell yeah. He's gonna be the silver fox of the fucking calendar.
Well, so we're gonna
Oh,
have.
shit.
So we've got what? 1, 2, at least 3 months. What
gonna
about
be
lore
so
and
broke.
there's 2 people that are really close in name.
Well, there's Shay has Artrin. And then That's true, serpent. You just like I don't know why, but it's
Or no, not character name. They kind of look similar. They're both the dragons.
oh yeah, that's probably serpent and Shay.
Yes, serpent. Yes.
I don't know why, but it's like you're
Dakir. Yeah. So
Dakir
you gotta
always
get Artrin.
gives off like silver fox energy.
Obviously, the Rat King.
Obviously.
Obviously. The cover.
We could
He's on the cover.
we could do one of the guys could be a full nude, but the cover for them is actually just Ixalian's Mist character.
Oh
Just
god.
being like, oh god, no, like just his big goblin head's in the way.
Goblin these nuts.
That big goblin head might not be big enough.
It's perfect.
No, omitted, they do not.
Rin, the racist kitsune.
I'm not dragonist. I just have an 8 intelligence and I'm dumb and they're shiny.
I don't know who she is. This is all new to me. I don't know. I'm new here.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, now what we need is a
Nikiri has
calendar
a strategically
drawn
placed wine
by
model.
Snacksy of only the Rat King.
So my outline of this is only 2 pages long, but usually when that happens, most of the things that I write are always outlines because you guys are gonna go left field, and I know this already.
Well, yeah. I
So
was gonna say, to be fair to you, I think most of it is find Rinrin in bar, discuss.
well, I'm gonna say Rinrin's probably already at the Mossy Cleft, and you guys are all fucking dealing with that mess as it is. And
Oh, great. Another drunk just wanders in. Perfect.
you changed chat text.
Oh, he wasn't here for
Oh,
our choice of how we meet me. That's right.
Hold on. Let me do something about
Y'all
that.
making decisions and I ain't even around.
We had
Hurtful.
to make sure we knew what was going on is all.
Yeah, I needed details because I didn't have
Yeah.
everything straight.
Are we gonna play that out or should I tell him now?
We can just summarize that portion, honestly. So if you wanna tell them now, you're cool with it.
Yeah.
If you,
So our idea was basically that you guys would have heard rumors of a shady person that's not very smart, probably, showing pictures of Saskia and asking about her whereabouts.
wow, that's huge.
This person thinking they're being very conspicuous, but oh boy, were they not. So Saskia's like, oh my god, there's an assassin after me, let's go find them. Cue to you guys finding me in the bar drinking a beer like that raccoon gif. And realizing, oh, this isn't an assassin.
What the hell is this?
To which I immediately get up and like sniff Saskia, well, if she lets me. And be like, hey, it's you, I found you. Yeah, that's basically it, omitted. Except the drawing I had that her father made of her mother in the like 3 or 4 years I've been looking for her, yes, that's how long it's been, got horribly destroyed, so I copied it. So it's basically a stick figure.
Why is this in Crayola? What's happened here?
Yeah, that's like, it's like smushed up berries, basically.
It's the kobold's equivalent drawing, but
Yes.
in Rin form.
Yes. I did not color in the lines. In
Oh,
fact,
wow.
I didn't even have colors, so there's actually just arrows with the words for colors pointing at areas.
Misspelled blue.
So yeah, it's like, it's pointing at her skin and it's like tan fur.
Apparently we're looking for a robot with tin fur.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, you can't read it.
Just a tan, like, circle.
Apparently she has a very large, almost face too wide of a smile here. Alright, that's interesting.
There's like something says probably has eyes.
She has one arm way bigger than the other one, so we'll have to look out for that. Very small feet and a huge tail. I don't know what kind of creature this is.
Sokka's
Maybe a
drawing a
mole?
Appa. Aww. Alright, well, a minute's on our way home, which is good.
Yay!
Yay!
Woot woot.
So besides the calendar and just getting some art ready, I think for everything here for the like remainder of whatever we do. I'm trying to think of anything. The next little mission I think we'll go on is probably with everyone. So we'll probably have a pretty big group, but we're just gonna have to pick a day where we'll have either a two-parter or a very long swath of time, because usually with 6 people it's gonna be fucking forever whenever like long combat goes on. So well, I'll just have to keep that in mind.
Be fighting.
Not to say that it would be 100% guaranteed that you guys get into combat, but just keeping that in mind with a group of 6, it's usually super, super long when it comes to combat.
And with our history, we're probably fighting.
Fighting.
Oh yay!
Make a movie, sing a song, fight around the world.
Oh, and hopefully I can get the reactive images hashed out. Last time it hung up for some reason, but I don't know what the deal is with it. So like on the Discord, reactive images where you guys can act like you're talking, like PNG tubers basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be cool.
I've got it.
You just blew my mind.
Damn it, Das, I don't have that shit enabled.
Oh.
You're gonna have to get
I
that
was
straight
waiting
from
for-
Rin now.
I was waiting the perfect time.
What is that? What?
An
Oh,
MBF?
Moanbark fart!
Yeah.
Wait, you'll have to wait for me. Does that mean you want me to just do it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do it.
Okay, hang on. I have to remember which order it's in. Bark!
Well, that was kind of disappointing.
Oh, sorry.
There you
Woof.
go. Perfect. I have been sated.
That's what I was looking for, yep.
Okay. If you look in chat,
Which one?
this is the picture I've been showing.
Oh. Perfect.
Oh my god. If you wanted to link it in like Twitch chat, you're more than welcome to.
I do not know how to do that.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know where you posted it. I'm scrolling through everything here.
Oh, if you hover over where it says particular protagonist voice chat, there's a little open chat next to it.
Ah.
Oh, I thought you meant like put it in chat, like the drawing itself.
Oh no, just link to it. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
have
also
that
thought you
mod.
would just put it up on your screen or something, but either way, yep.
That's
I mean, I
I'm
could
gonna
add it.
hold that up next to her face and be like, yes, I knew I'd find you from my drawing, and you guys will be like, what?
That's what I was just gonna say. I feel like she would like hold it up to her. And
Yeah,
just be
and like look
it's
back
you,
and
it's
forth.
you.
Yeah, look back and forth and very decidedly nod, uh-huh.
That'll be Saskia's new Discord reactive image.
Yes.
We're looking for some sort of balloon with arms, legs, and a tail. Alright.
An inflated cat?
It's kind of like maybe a bunch of sausages.
Bunch of sausages.
Apparently, if we lay these sausages in this way and say some sort of prayer, maybe this person will just spawn. I don't know.
Boom, bum, bum, bum. So besides like yoga and working out, what have you all done today? Anything shareable?
I have a story about selling jerky at the gym.
Slinging your meat at the gym?
Oh yeah,
Slinging his meat at the
absolutely.
gym.
So, in between finishing these heats, guy that he normally buys like all the honey or the honey barbecue jerky that I make, and I had already sold some because I knew he'd clean the shop. So I was like, well, I'll sell what I got. I had 8 bags of that left, so $80 in jerky. And I was like, this is what I got. I have spicy, I have my peppered. What do you want? He goes, I will buy up all the spicy and all the honey barbecue. I was like, you don't want to do that. What's wrong? Is something wrong with the jerky? No, there's a lot of fucking jerky in here. Like 9 pounds of fucking meat went into this. I had 8 bags of honey and 12 bags of spicy. And he was like, oh, I can't fucking afford that. Yeah, I know. That's what I told you. And he was like, well, I'll just take all the honey then. I was like, all right, if you're willing to buy all the honey, I'll throw in a spicy for you. He's like,
Why
okay,
didn't he
yeah,
go half and half?
because he wanted all the honey. He fucking loved that honey. He fucking went
Loves
through 2
Gus's
bags.
honey
just
meats.
for-
Mmm. Sweet
Man.
meat.
Exactly. They want my sweet meats. I know it. See them licking their lips all the time. I'm like,
Letting out a
I don't
couple
want-
moan bark farts.
Here's one for the road. Shit. I'm dying
But
over
yeah,
here.
he ended up fucking $80.
That is a bear in disguise.
So, not
That's
bad.
great.
What do you mean a bear in disguise? It's clearly a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with a long tail. Or a
What,
bear,
big
like, pooping.
Quite frankly, Rinrin is starting to second guess your art skills.
Oh no. That's
It
a
clearly-
war.
Oh, I thought you meant the picture.
Honestly, he's big enough. This dude is fucking huge. He used to play fucking football for a college team. Oh, see what you've done now, Ren.
Nothing omitted. It's fine.
She thought that a clear picture of a cat that's saying meow was a bear.
Bears make weird sounds too.
Yeah, but that is a masterpiece of a drawing.
Mm.
It's okay, omitted. You get in here, breast friend.
I
and,
finger
you can
painted it with berries I crushed myself.
Thank you very
snacks.
much.
You give a real critiquing.
Ooh, can we put it on a fridge in the mossy cleft?
Oh, can I color it in first, though?
Yeah.
It has to say family on it though.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me add.
I'm not sure what a fumly is, but all right, we'll hang it up.
Family. Ba, 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 ba. Family. 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 No, serpent, not you. Fucking fists. Family.
So while we're sitting here waiting, I'll talk about what the open was at the fucking gym. We had to do stacking sets of 5 of burpees to pull up, and then we had to run. What was it? 20 feet, but they chopped it up so you run like halfway, had to stop, turn around, run back, and that was like one thing, and you had to do that 10 times.
I would vomit. I would just fucking vomit.
I made it through 5 rounds and got up to 25 burpees to pull up, and then we had to get a 1 rep max of thrusters.
God.
I got 175 being tired as hell.
Yeah, burpees are so exhausting.
Oh god, I do like I don't mind doing them, but doing them having to fucking well, my situation kind of shit because I'm 6'1".
Updated.
I'm a fucking big guy, and so I'm fucking doing these right next to the wall. My feet are kicking the wall. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Cussing.
Best family.
Okay, that is pretty good. I would like to hang that on the hang that on a wall somewhere. Maybe on like a wanted poster.
Wanted for family
I
snuggles.
can draw the rest of us in.
Oh god.
Wait, what?
If we're gonna be a family, I can draw you in there and me in there.
I'm really
And
wondering
Snacksy.
how would she draw Asher? I'm wondering how
You're
Snacksy's
lucky.
really big notes on Asher and Sasuke and Rin.
You're lucky that my Kitsune disguise says that it has to be me. Because otherwise there would be a 5'0" Asher with fox ears and tail running around.
Asheru woo.
Oh my god, apparently I can cell divide and there's a fucking little runt of me.
I was just gonna sit like in front of you and wait for you to wake up and see me and then just be like, hi.
First thing, I'd be like, well, Asher's gone insane. He knows this now. He completely knows this. Time to fight the demons.
God.
What I can do is set you on fire.
I mean, you could. But I'm pretty resistant to fire, though. That'd be fine.
Exactly.
It'll
And
just
it'll
burn
be
all my clothes
flame
off and I'll
is
be naked
cool
and
and
disappointed.
blue.
It's like chewing 5 gum.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, omitted.
We could use this as a cool party trick.
See the man resistant to fire burn his clothes off and expose himself.
But it's blue fire.
Well, if you all were bards, then you can make it a nice little trick, right? It'll be like a strip tease for Asher.
Ooh.
Hey, don't make me bring my amazing bard from my last campaign in.
Don't make me bring my new bard that I just
Ooh.
learned could have spells and I had no idea and was looking at all of that the other night.
Yep.
Did you guys see the bard I told Tech I was gonna make?
No.
I think I missed it.
I told him I was gonna make a dwarven bard with a big red bushy beard. And he was gonna run around singing praises of soup.
Oh no.
And he was kicked out of his clan because of his tiny girly hands, which are perfect for strumming on a instrument.
Oh no.
A lute, which he plays like a guitar.
Yeah. And he absolutely loves jokes.
Of
And
the
just
father
constantly
variety?
tells them. And his name was gonna be Smith Tech Nielsen.
God.
Does he have a god rod?
That was actually before the God Rod.
He's got a little peepo beeper.
What do you think one of his legs is? He lost the other one in. He's gonna say it's some war, but we know he's too much of a pussy.
Oof.
My dwarven bard! What were you thinking?
I don't know what I was thinking. I think that every time I host a game. What was I thinking?
I'm sure right now it's why did we invite this person into play?
No, it's like, I've got 6 people now in this one group. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. That was a joke. It was a joke. shits and giggles, Kevin. My character is a College of Eloquence bard, and he's a gnoll. He's the most self-absorbed asshole. That's hilarious. That's great, Kratos. Finish my tea. We'll make sure Omitted can talk and chat, but we'll start off in the cleft.
Look, Angelic Kronos made my ex.
Oh, he was also a gnoll who was a asshole.
The most self-absorbed asshole you'll ever meet.
Sagandis. Did he also send you picture upon picture?
No. Well, he actually did send a lot, but they were okay since we were, dating.
That's fair.
Nothing wrong with a preview of what might be coming.
Unless it's, 15 previews in less than an hour.
Technically, that's still a preview. You got a little taste test of what that person is all about, so, maybe that's a good thing.
Imagine if you were dating, you would have got like 30.
Don't even... that is the darkest timeline.
Well, if we start there, things can only get better. Assuming you're a good girl.
I have to go. That one actually said, my good girl, not a good girl.
That's true.
Right? Hasn't even met me.
It's so fucking cringe.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Yay!
Yay!
Hey!
Hi.
Hi!
All right, so I think we're all good, right?
Yeah.
You got snacks omitted? We're good?
Yeah, we got snacks. See?
Snacks and
Yeah, I'm
snacksy? Okay.
Don't worry, both will go in my mouth.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
too hot for TV right now.
Oh, crikey.
You do keep in mind that Snacksy is always like super ice cold.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
She won't be in my mouth.
This is it's gonna get awkward, but let's go ahead and start.
Help?
Nope.
Is it too late to call
Nope.
for an adult
Nope.
help?
Nope. You're in this now.
Technically, I am an adult. I'm over 200 years old.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll it'll be okay. Snacksy will be fine, and you'll understand why here in a little bit. So yeah, obviously, I think most people that are here by now probably know who Asher and Saskia is, so I won't make you all do kind of introductions. But as a rough introduction, can we get like a short on Rin, or at least what she is able to share in her overzealous nature, as well as Snacksy we had a little taste test about, but maybe just a quick rundown of those characters.
Do you want me to kind of say why I'm here?
Yeah, why you're here is fine. You don't have to reveal everything. Just a little, what people may kind of see about you.
She would. Long story short is basically how she would tell it anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
So, a dude who kind of looks like us wandered into our village, which is really weird because we're supposed to be hidden. We tried to nurse him back to health. He lamented about a daughter he left behind, asked us on his deathbed to bring a family heirloom to her. I was tasked with this most important journey. I immediately snatched it and ran off. No supplies, nothing. Took me about 4 years to get to the city, which is like, what, maybe 2 days away?
Yeah, maybe a two-day walk.
Where I proceeded to use the drawing that I was given of I didn't. His wife, which looks a lot like his daughter, to recreate a new drawing that you can see, so that I could find her by very inconspicuously asking for her whereabouts. That being shoving this drawing in people's faces and going, "Hey, have you seen this? It's a cat."
Is a cat. That is correct.
She goes, "Meow."
So eventually, you did come around to someone shoving you in the direction of probably one of the few and only tabaxi in the city, and that situation basically has arisen where Saskia now has kind of like an adopted cousin.
Yeah. Which is the only reason my drawing worked, because they were like, well, there's only 3 of them here, so...
Process of elimination.
Yes.
And I imagine you went through all of them before.
Probably,
getting
yeah.
assessed.
Body slamming against doors. Doing that thing that cats do when you close a door on them and putting the paws underneath.
Oh my god. So that we have a basically a kitsune half fox woman thing in the party now.
Yeah! With red panda blood in her, because someone along our line got a little funky.
And then we have the ever intelligent Snacksy.
Yes, the most humble of rats. So I guess
I think you may have cut out, but essentially, other than being the right hand of the Rat King, what does Snacksy do on her spare time? How does she see herself in the presence of some of these other individuals?
she doesn't see herself amongst these other individuals. She's above them.
Oh shit! All right.
So she spends a lot of time at the top window of like the library, just kind of looking down, collecting whatever information she does get, and just, you know, ugh, look at him down there. Hey, how dare you?
Pupper was offended.
I wish I had known that was coming. I would have moaned.
Oh god.
Fine, I'll get the last part of that.
Good old Cannon, always picking up the slack.
I gotta, round it out as best as I can. So with that in mind, obviously, Snacksy had a little bit of lines with the other part of the group week before, I don't know, whenever that was, last game. And now she's basically been tasked with helping the other part of this group with something that Arcane needs personally done. So we're gonna go ahead and enter in with the Mossy Cleft, or at the Mossy Cleft, with essentially Asher, Rinrin, and Saskia just kind of going about their business. It'll probably be about midday when you all are kind of tasked with obviously handling just your normal Mossy Cleft deal. So what all you would be doing at this point in time during an average day. Now, Rin is probably obviously new to this particular situation, so you may be having to devise something for her to be occupied with and not completely destroy. But
I assume I'm finger painting with the kobolds.
You possibly could, but I'll leave that up to you all.
I think that's probably a good idea, like keeping you preoccupied while Saskia's like looking over this earring that she got and just like trying to absorb everything that's just happened so quickly and suddenly.
How big are the kobolds?
They're not going to be very tall, maybe like 2 or 3 feet at most.
I feel like Asher would sit at the front and watch the kobolds just kind of mopping tables and stuff like that, running around with mops, like hitting each other, spilling water everywhere.
Yeah, they'll do other stuff for you as long as you're instructing them on what to do. And obviously they're getting paid, so.
Yeah, I would. I think Asher would just sit there and kind of enjoy the show and watch.
Yeah, big.
Just watch them and kind of hang out at the front door, watch it.
Every now and then he probably sees me put one of their heads in my mouth.
Just kind of watch that too. Like, she's new. This is a fun, exciting place.
You
Also, Epic just come out.
he did. I mean, that's what else do you do in chat?
No, just let me know.
I'm not cleaning it up.
It's not piss time, it's camo time.
My chat floor is permanently glossy, so it's not anything.
Is that the floor that I'm finger painting on?
Yeah. But as you put your, I guess, mouth around one head of the kobold, it just kind of like freezes in terror as like it's the top of its head just gets encased in your saliva.
Yeah, it's just like, home. And then I'm like, with its head in my mouth, I'm like, see, look like you.
I would instruct, be like, other kobolds, free your friend. Later.
And then we all
Few
get
little
into a
girls hit her with
hilarious
dust pans and
wrestling
stuff.
match.
In and out of the pools. Some of the
Yeah.
patrons are just kind of watching, like, what the hell is
We're
going
running
on?
around like 6-year-old children,
Yeah.
laughing and shrieking. I am not wearing my spiked harness right now, by the way.
Oh no.
You naked?
I'll take that silence as a yes.
Yeah, I'm,
What?
I'm
What
thinking
was
that's
it?
the most likely, yeah.
I said
Oh,
you're
you sorry.
naked.
Oh, you cut out on me.
Oh, sorry.
Technically, yes. Especially if I shapeshift into the human version.
Well, at least there's fur covering you now. But as you all are basically making this ruckus, there's a couple of different pools, so it's not just one particular pool. But some of the patrons are kind of like looking as if this is causing some unease, as if it's taking away from their relaxation, and then you have a couple others that are just kind of like clapping and laughing and all that good fun stuff as you're just being a nutcase in the bathhouse. But eventually, obviously, Asher, you said you're up at the front desk, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. As you are kind of manning the front doors, you do happen to notice that a small rat with a messenger bag comes walking through very determinately, and just as a side note, Snacksy, you do happen to have something from the Rat King. It is a letter about what is to be done from these individuals with your assistance today, or at an appropriate time of your choosing.
I want to see the rat push the door open and just be like, "You are a strong rat. That is impressive. That's a human-sized door, and you're pushing it open." And I slowly start to clap.
I feel like she would know that you're clapping at like what she just did and just kind of glare. Like, like, how dare you look down at me kind of look.
I want to offer the same sales. So if you pay this much, we have 3 different levels of relaxation in the tubs. You're gonna have to be careful. We might put you on a little like life jacket, maybe something that'll float. And at this one, we'll get you a drink. At the top tier, you get drinks. Every so often. What can I do you for here? Like what kind of hookup you want?
I want none of those things. In fact, I'm here looking for people, I guess. Maybe you can help me find them.
People, not just me. What you need?
Okay, I need a red guy, a cat thing, and another cat thing. That's really all I paid attention to.
Red guy, a cat thing, and another cat thing.
Does the Rat King know of me?
Probably not really. But he knows that there's probably something that has happened recently, because
Okay.
he has ears everywhere.
I want to look down at myself, kind of check myself out, and be like, well, I guess I'm a cat thing. I'll take that. What's up? What you need?
Oh, shit. Copter, who's this for? What are you doing? Copters. Holy crap.
What, did I sound extra loud or something?
No. Just, Copter's
someone's
granting
getting
inspiration
hella
for
inspired.
people. But you know for certain, or Snaxy knows for certain, that it was supposed to be Asher and Saskia at the very least.
Okay, so she'll probably like look down at her note that she scribbled and go like, I believe it was someone named Sasha and Ashley, something like that.
Yes, I'm Sasha. I want to.
Great.
I'm gonna walk around the desk and put my hand on the floor and be like, "Here, you can step on my hand. I'll put you on the
Shit,
desk."
I don't have any
Am
dice in
I
front of me right
within
now.
earshot at this point in time?
I mean, you might, I would say.
Because remember, anytime anyone knowingly lies, I know it.
Yeah, you'd be able to hear him.
I feel like she would look at his hand and just not acknowledge it.
Fine, walk on the floor then. I won't look down anymore. So, what you need? I'm that person you said, the cat thing. What's up?
Well, then would you help me find the other one?
Maybe, but you're gonna want to be somewhere safe.
Somewhere safe? Why do you say that?
One is a little untamed. One of the two cat people.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
All right, good enough for me. I'm going to walk the small rat back to where Sasuke and Rin are.
Okay. Well, as I don't know what Rin's doing, if she's done eating a kobold and then wrestling with
I am
kobolds.
in the pool with the kobolds.
All right. As she's bathing, you see Asher kind of like walk towards the back with a small rat with a messenger bag, and she's basically just kind of like walking on just basically your back legs, right? That's how you walk for the most part with your messenger bag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. But they kind of come to the back of the bathhouse, and I guess Asher is like walking as if he has purpose, so it's not just him walking with a rat for no reason.
I'll say, if I feel like this is going to take a little bit, I want to get one of the kobolds and I want to sit him on the front desk, or the like front seat towards the front desk, and be like, just sit, don't say anything. And then just like, well, let's see what this messenger's all about now. Can't have someone man in the front.
Yeah, you can get one of the kobolds that just like kind of goes up to the front, puts his mop kind of directly leaning against the front desk, and just like sits on the counter of the front desk looking out towards, I guess, the door, just watching the door, as if, you know, the next person that comes through, he has to just kind of like watch intently.
Yeah, he just, I just want to be like, just dead eye stare anyone that comes in. We'll figure it out later. Don't worry about it.
He will definitely do that. So yeah, you know, Snaxy, that you have that, basically a note from RK, and it does involve you, and you were behind the scenes asked to accompany individuals, but you do have a note that you are to present to Sasha and Ashley.
So, I guess. Sorry, I have to deal with the dog.
It's okay.
No worries.
There's a bunch of swimming kobolds anyway.
And a fox thing.
Yeah, you all are doing like coordinated swimming. What is that? Synchronized swimming in one of the pools as music
Yeah, if
just
that's what you wanna
ambiently
call it.
plays. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very splashy, but still.
Saskia is just on one of those lounge chairs that are on the edge of the pool, watching them.
Not much right now, clearly. She's got the sun hat on with the like the thick Jackie O glasses.
Yeah.
Like the disapproving mother just sitting on the side of the pool, like these kids.
Yep. Need another martini or something.
Pool boy. You see this like ripped, muscle-bound kobold walk over with like a, I don't know, like a mimosa.
I imagine he like thinks he's walking over, but really he's just like wide leg, like cowboy fucking like swinging his legs out, moving real fucking
Waddling.
fast.
Yeah.
Still ripped, still in like, you know, his little banana hammock, but still.
Yeah, of course. He definitely has like a Speedo.
Who made him the banana hammock?
Well, I mean, it is made out of leather, and Asher is a leather worker, so...
Oh.
Well, I think the kobolds are great, and I love how funny they are. Mopping the tables and doing all kind of funny little hijinks. Partially being eaten by some fox thing that recently joined.
What's that omitted? Sorry.
So I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're walking up to the rest of, well, pretty much everyone. You are in kind of public sort of ish. You know, there are individuals around that are not a part of what this letter would be about. But you do notice at least two of the individuals that you were supposed to kind of fetch for this particular message are. One's laying on the side of the pool in like a lounge chair, and the other one obviously you're walking with.
So I feel like she would look at Saskia and then him up at Asher and go, "So you're the red thing and the cat thing that I'm supposed to be looking for?"
Yep, I might have lied. I'm not the cat thing. I am the red man. You caught me.
That was very obvious. I never believed you were a cat thing. But
I never truly tried to sell it.
do you have personal quarters or something where I can talk to you? I don't really need to deal with the rest of your guests.
Yeah. We could go up to one of the private rooms, or I guess we could just send the kobolds back to work. Because Ren is making them do synchronized fucking swimming in the pool.
That is true. And you all do have like personal rooms as well there.
Is that other thing in the pool the third person?
The one that kind of mildly looks like it's drowning? Yes. That's the other cat thing.
As she says that and they look over, I fling a kobold in the air, and it screams and shrieks happily.
Can I
Are you
see
throwing it at us,
like
or are you
put
just
her ears down?
Are you throwing a kobold at us, or are you just throwing it
No,
in the
just
air?
straight up into the air so that it can come splashing back down.
It's like throwing up a child into the air.
Yeah! And
So
water
it's
is
kinda just-
everywhere.
Like, I'm gonna look at Rin, just give like this face of ugh, and turn back to Asher and go, No, you could leave that one there."
It might be easier to just leave her in the pool. She'll eventually tire out. Hopefully.
Saskia
Tire out and
stands
just
up
drown.
and is just like, we can go to my room if you want. Who are you?
As soon as Saskia stands up, I notice, because she's my cousin and I love her. And I see there's a rat, and I come flying out of the pool in a streak.
Well, Snacksy, you do tend to notice that the one that you just referred to, like, I don't think we need to include this one, and it's not like, I mean, you're used to seeing predators try to go for you. This is probably a very similar look. You don't know how aggressive this thing is gonna be, but you do know that it has a very similar like pounce look to the face.
You know what red pandas do when they're like scared? And they like put their paws in the air?
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
like,
When they like
T-pose.
stand
Yeah.
up on 2 legs.
Yeah, that's what she does. She's like,
So
what are we
what-
doing? Who's this? Hi!
would it be possible to use like her mage hand, not combative, but just to use it?
Push me back in the pool.
No, I'd like literally, when you're holding back like a little brother or something, you're just holding them by their
Yes!
forehead so they can't touch you. I want to do that.
I am okay with that.
So just a mage hand, like a phantom hand comes out and just puts it on your forehead. No.
I'm pushing against it like it's a piece of glass holding me back. So it's making my face move around like I'm pressed against a pane of glass.
Squishy. So through the muffled, "Hey, what's this, you guys? What's going on?" With Rin trying
Oh.
to get to the rat.
Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna get you.
The two adults stand there watching.
Yeah, I feel like Asher would just stand there with kind of his mouth opened a little bit, like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this so entertaining but just so terrible?
Gonna get you.
I get the feeling that Snaxy's gonna be doing that a lot.
I want to look over at Sasuke and be like, you seeing this shit? Like, what the hell's going on?
He's
Everything was
like,
fine up front watching the kobolds.
ears like almost pinned back and just like kind of devastated looking, like, what is happening? This poor rat is gonna get annihilated because she has no idea how powerful Snaxy really is.
I will,
So she's gonna.
after a little bit, I'll stop and like just shake myself completely clear of water, getting everyone drenched.
Yep. So much
And
for
then I'll
staying
sit.
dry.
And then I'll just sit down and pant and look around.
She's gonna stare at Rin and just like, disregard her and turn to the other two. So you're Ashton and Susan then.
What do we call you, little rat person, messenger bag wearing man thing person? What do we call you?
I go by the name of Snaxy. Not to be confused with Snacks, as she turns to Rin.
She saw my ears perk up.
I'm Saskia, not Susan.
I guess I'll
Don't
also
worry, Samantha. I completely understand.
Just kind of like pins her ears back a little with their tail twitching.
Her
Alright,
name's
Snazzy.
not Susan, it's Sasky.
Listen, I heard what Sabrina said. It's great. I got it.
Do you just have like a book of baby names out right now? Just S's? Okay, let's
No,
go.
I am
She's got
just
the
I'm
website
just
open.
thinking of them like right now.
It's really good.
But yeah, I thought that would be a fun naming thing if she just constantly changes your name, but the first letter will be
Can't
correct.
wait to be Randall.
Ran.
All right. Well, since Ren is out of the pool, I want to clap my hands and be like, "Kobolds, come on, back to work. Like, no more playing in the pool." Miss sees this; she's not going to be happy. So we got to fucking get back to work.
You hear a very audible "aw" from basically all of them. It's a collective like sigh and moan because they have to actually get back to work. So despite them being soaked, they just get out and some of them grab their mops and start cleaning up the mess that both of them and Rinrin made, and try to get the rest of the clientele that may be pissed off or may have been entertained. They try to take care of them as you all are talking now.
I'm gonna psych them up. Tell them you guys do good work. I'll give you some breadcrumbs.
Saskia leads them up to her room for a more privacy-oriented chat, and I'm sure Rinrin is super excited to see her cousin's room.
Oh yeah.
And as you're walking up, obviously it turns into more of a like an inn-like atmosphere, whereas like below is a very traditional Japanese bathhouse, a little bit more nature-oriented because that's how Miss likes it, and a little bit more of the plants kind of disappear on the second level, but there's still some foliage here and there just to kind of make it a little bit more decorative. But it's kind of to the individual, whatever room it is, especially the accoutrement nearby it is going to be to your liking. So however you wanted to kind of design your room, Saskia, you can obviously describe it however you will.
It's a pretty small, modest room with
Archer with
just
a
like a canopy bed on one side and a fireplace on the other, and just kind of like a line of Florida ceiling windows on the far side that has a very small balcony to look out on the city. But it's pretty small, and there's one table that she uses for fletching arrows, and just like a place where she throws all of her stuff when she's not using it.
And obviously you have free reign to lock the door or whatever it may be, but there's a lot of light that comes in through the windows, so it is roughly midday, so you're not it's not like nighttime or anything of that nature. You don't have to light any lanterns. You all get a pretty good view of where you're at. It's not necessarily the ministry district, but it's not even the market district technically, but you get to see a good portion of the market district, which is a little bit fancier than when you're at right now, but it's still actually not that bad for where you're at.
Like, so Snacksy would look around the room and kind of just like say nothing, walk over to the fireplace and sit in front of it. She like fluffs out her fur and just quietly stares at the other three.
Asher's just going to sit in a chair and wait to hear what's going on or what the news is.
I'm currently sniffing along the walls, and then I see all the pretty feathers and go, ooh, and start comparing them to the ones in my bag.
Yeah, Saskia remains standing, but is looking curiously at Snacksy.
And you all can
She'll
go ahead a minute.
I was gonna say she like brings out her bag and grabs like this like really fancy looking leather bound notebook and she'll just look up at them and start turning the pages very slowly, very deliberately. Like, you can hear her turning these pages.
It's almost as if this I don't know how big is she? Only like a handful of inches rat, and the book itself is judging all three of you.
Yeah, I don't notice.
I just want to sit there and stare and be like, all right, this is a great note. I'm glad I left the front desk, left the bathhouse unattended for this. Thank you.
So you do
Yeah.
have, I was gonna say, I would say back in the back of your journal is basically the note that's folded up. But, you know, Snacksy being Snacksy, she's just taking her time getting to that particular position.
Saskia is kind of like nervously scratching at her leather glove.
Asher's just gonna start checking pockets in his coat. Look through pockets, see what's in there.
So when she finally gets to where she needs to be, she'll still like looking at Saskia. Like, lucky for you, I'm here on business from the king, and not just for personal reasons. Not that I would ever be caught here. And I heard that you, Cat Thing, specifically met with the king alone.
She kind of like looks really nervous, like for between Snacksy and like a quick glance to Asher and then back to Snacksy.
Asher wants to look back and just kind of like give that inquisical face, like, giggity?
And she's just like, yes, to discuss about a job. Did you know about that? Are you affiliated with him?
Do I know about that? What a funny question. And like the fire behind her is gonna start like flickering, kind of
Oh
like.
shit!
And she's gonna look Saskia like up and down. What are you wearing?
She's just wearing a pretty simple leather outfit that's kind of strappy and more utilitarian than it is like covering up anything. And it's probably less than what she would normally wear out in the field. However, she is still kind of strangely wearing her gloves. And then she looks down at herself and is just confused. Leather?
Yes, I can see that it's leather. You didn't wear that when you met with my king, did you?
She looks even more bewildered. Like almost as if she couldn't remember, but basically this is like her only outfit. And so she's like, I think so.
Now the fire behind her is gonna start like really glowing red. You wore leather rags to meet with my king?
Ooh, the fire's doing cool stuff. I can do that too. And a blue fire shows up.
Who's like noticing the fire and is a little bit nervous. I apologize if I offended.
I'm standing next to my blue fire and the red fire, and I'm whispering, "Now kiss."
To the fires?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll like notice what Rin is doing and kind of make the fire go over so it touches the blue, and in the middle it'll be nice and purple.
Ooh.
My eyes sparkle and light up, and I am ecstatic.
You'll just keep that one entertained, and the adults can talk.
She shook the car keys.
She did!
The whole
It's
time
fine.
Ash was looking at a table across the room going, man, that table is far away.
So she'll just, look back down at her notes, and we'll deal with that later, Sebastian. For now, we have to actually talk about important things.
Fucking Sebastian. Oh my god.
I'm gonna run out of names real quick. Maybe I should look up a list.
You need to pull up something. Oh, it's gonna get good.
Bathke is just now, like, looking over herself. Like, what the hell? What is it that I'm wearing?
I feel like someone's mother is being channeled here. The disappointment alone is cutting to my core.
Oh, you chose that to wear, did you? Oh, nothing's wrong with it.
Fucking Pepe hands.
It's like less what she's wearing now, and more the fact that she met with the king wearing something like that.
Yeah.
That's her problem.
Yeah, it's just that's all she has. So now she's thinking about it.
Disgusting.
It was this sort naked.
So she'll just kind of, the whole group. I had no expectations, and still I'm disappointed.
So we can only go up now then, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, going up's pretty positive in my book. What you got? What's up there, Fancy? What's the messenger bay? What you got in there?
Well, I have a job for you from the king, and unfortunately for me, I meant to accompany you to make sure you complete it. But
What kind of job?
Don't actually know the job. Cannon never told me what it was.
Well, you have the notes, and we'll go with it as I'll basically read it. You're more than welcome to basically present them with the note.
No, in that case, she'll kind of flick it over to Saskia, and since you've met with the king before, you can read it.
He grabs it and uses a claw to open it up because I'm assuming it's like a sealed letter. And unfolds the pages and reads it out loud in Cannon's voice.
In my voice, whoa! I mean, if you want to read it, I could just give you the text. But if you would like me to read it, I can read it.
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay. So as you unfold, obviously you have to unfold it many times. Snacksy doesn't have like a super huge messenger bag, but it does unfold into like an average standard letter. It's just folded many more times. It was
I
pretty
feel
thick.
like it would just magic itself into a regular size page.
Yeah. But as you open it up, obviously it has like RK's seal on it, so it looks very official. It is signed by RK. And so even if you'd never seen Snacksy before, you do kind of recognize a lot of these telltale signs that this is obviously an official letter. But the letter states, it reads, My associates, it seems as though some individuals have had their attention drawn to my operations for quite some time, and they convinced a representative of mine to commit to a promise in which he cannot and will not fulfill. The scaled offender, the one who betrayed me, is not the target of your investigations, as I will handle him separately. What What I do need from you is subtlety. To a degree you have likely yet to find within yourselves in order to track down the parties involved in which I am not entirely certain of their identity. My dear friend and spy Snaxy was witness to this cowed exchange of words, where my previous representative offered alchemical reagents for that of monetary reward in an attempt to usurp my throne. She has the location documented thoroughly in her notebook and can lead you to it at such an appropriate time as to not arouse suspicion. Please, again, do your best to remain as inconspicuous as possible. I do not yet desire to start a war with a foe I have very little information on, and if you are caught by anyone, be it the agency or those parties involved in the original exchange, Snaxy has direct orders to extricate herself from the situation at her own discretion, and to leave you to whatever devices you've made for yourself. Make yourselves as unknown as possible, glean whatever information you can gather from the location or locations, and come back to me once you have finished, preferably unfollowed. You will be paid, as previously mentioned in conversation, for the completion of your tasks. And then it has regards, RK.
Oh boy, we're in trouble.
I think I understand now why my character mentioned this.
Yeah, you can see now. I was like,
I think I get it.
You'll discover why your character's going to be a little bit complicated for this, but it'll be fine.
Add some more spice.
I mean, we could just leave her in the pool. That's still an option, right?
Face down.
Oh, Rin,
You
look,
think
go play
you're
with
gonna
the fire.
keep me away from following my cousin?
I mean, if I throw enough, things that make squeaky sounds, yeah.
I might have to roll a die.
Get a little squeaky bone, a little squeaky, something. We just throw it on the other side of the room.
I need to make a fortitude saving throw.
A squeaky plushie of Saskia.
Oh my god.
So, Snaxy, you do know what the first, or the location you overheard this kind of initial exchange was. You do know personally the Dragonborn, like the RK called them the Scaled, because that's just colloquially what they're called. That individual personally. So you're kind of offended that he essentially betrayed RK. So you're kind of taking it Snaxy takes it to a personal degree. Obviously, if she's judging Saskia's choice of attire when visiting RK, someone that's basically trying to betray RK is like dead to you in your eyes.
Oh yeah, she takes it very, very personally.
But the original location that you overheard all of this in is actually in the Ministry District, which is kind of like where all the bureaucrats live. And it's actually at one of the main warehouses that you occasionally go to for RK, because he has personal storage there, basically.
So we're supposed to go and kidnap a person, not leave any bodies, any sign that we were there, and bring them back to the Rat King now?
No.
No?
In the note, it basically said he's going to be handling the person that betrayed him. You all are just supposed to find out who this other individual was dealing with, or individuals, if you can. There's no indication that you have to kidnap anybody, but finding information about who the betrayer was talking to is kind of like your goal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking he was like, he'll deal with them himself, like, I'm gonna bury this body.
I mean, you don't know what that means yet.
Oh, yeah. This is true. Alright, well, that just makes it a little less lifting on my end. Well, I want to look at Snacks and be like, so, when are we supposed to get this underway?
Preferably immediately. I don't want to continue to spend time amongst your interesting group.
You should take a dip in the pool. It's pretty nice. But Asher's going to stand up and be like, well, I'm going to get some stuff ready then. And walk out and head back to his room and get some gear and items.
Okay.
Snaxy's actually gonna like that because he just, no questions asked, got up. So she's like, gonna look at Rin and just make that face again, like, ugh.
I am currently looking very closely at the fire, like close enough that my whiskers are probably singeing, going.
Ooh, burnt hair. Yummy.
If it makes Rin feel any better, Snaxy will make the fire start to like look like little cat figures and start dancing around. Like, Snaxy's mean, but you know.
There's something there.
I'm gonna have
Someone-
a rat mom.
Oh god.
Maybe it would be easier to have Snaxy babysit while we go out and do this mission.
Immediately Snaxy is just like, you are not leaving me here with this thing.
I could just see Staxy being like, "Yep, it's you guys who already ruined it. I'm going back. I don't give a shit anymore."
Like, you abandoned me here with this, and nope. Nah, you're never gonna see me again.
Saskia kind of like gets down to business and like starts gathering her items in her bag and her bow and her quiver, and just kind of like ignores Rin by the fire, and then kneels down next to Snaxy and puts her hands like down so that she could go travel with her if that is what she desires.
She's gonna wiggle her whiskers, step onto her hand, and go, "Thank you, Sophia."
Would you
I
prefer
probably-
being on my shoulder or?
I would never prefer anything besides the king's shoulder, but I guess you will do.
Okay, she
I'm
kinda like-
assuming I notice movement.
I mean, you could.
Do you notice the movement, or are you still enraptured in the fire cats?
Probably a bit of both.
Well, you probably hear the movement, but you're still like kind of fixated.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm not removing agency from your character. You can definitely, like, if you notice them moving, you can obviously react accordingly.
Well, Saskia said she grabs her stuff to go.
Mhm.
I would notice that and be like, "Oh, we going somewhere?"
Boy, I'm just trying to figure out.
It's awesome! Hang on, I'll be right back with my backpack, and I take off out of the room.
You're just like
Saskia just,
stomping.
like, looks at Snaxy and is just like, I just met her, and
This is crazy.
I'm not. I'm not sure how this will work.
You hear thump 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 thump, splam, ruffle ruffle, slam, thump 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 thump, thump, and I'm back with my backpack on my back and my harness.
Snaxy will wiggle her whiskers again, and well,
So-
we have the element of surprise, I guess. That
To
one
give
will
you an
surprise
idea,
literally
by
anybody.
the way, it's a full battle harness made of leather with giant spikes sticking off of it everywhere.
She's a spiky girl.
Yeah,
Making Rihanna proud.
If you behave yourself, I could make the fire dance again.
I can behave. I can help.
I know you could help. I just need you to behave.
I behave real good.
Great.
Yeah, I guess it's been enough time. Asher starts walking back, and he has all of his stuff, his swords and his bags and stuff, but still covered up by his long coat and whatnot.
Okay.
So,
Snaxy's gonna look at what he's wearing and go, aside from the scuffs and dust, you at least know how to dress properly.
Asher's gonna point and be like, "I was dressed in this already, baby."
Were you? I didn't notice.
I am being so have.
All right, so if everybody's kind of gathered up, obviously when you go down, everything hasn't caught on fire yet, because mainly it's a bathhouse, but you notice that like Artrin is back from wherever he was doing, so he's actually able to wrangle the the kobolds up and kind of direct them appropriately rather than them just running amok or thinking that they're doing the proper things that they're probably not doing correctly anyway. So he's giving them some direction, which is good.
I want to look at the one at the front desk, and assuming he's still sitting there, I'm like, "Hey, you held it together, brother. Nice job." Might give him a little fist bump.
He's not even like, he doesn't even break view. You notice that his eyes are getting like really, really crusty because you don't think he's actually blinked.
Hasn't blinked.
I want to put some, since I have jerky and whatnot on me, I want to put some like on his little foot and be like, "There you go, buddy. You earned this."
Thankfully, like Archer just kind of dismisses him, and then like you can just tell he struggles to blink his eyes and then walks off with your jerky.
Kobolds, you gotta love them.
Snaxy would definitely notice Artrin and stare at him because she likes the way he's dressed.
I'm staring after the kobold with my mouth watering.
Because of the kobold or because of the jerky?
I'll never tell.
Oh.
But the
Trin
jerky.
will probably be out late. Don't stay up waiting for us. Goodbye.
But yeah, Mist isn't there right now for one reason or another, but Archer obviously is able to take care of the mossy cleft until you're back. So as you exit, you kind of walk out into the hustle and bustle of Salus, and it doesn't take you long obviously to get into the market district. Archer's, I'll be here. And as you push through the crowds of the market district, it gets busier and busier because of the fact that you're cutting into a more populated area. The working district is never super busy unless it's people going to work or coming from work. So it's a pretty standard day. You all are probably pretty used to the city life by now. Most of you, probably not Rinrin. Saskia is getting a little bit more accustomed to this, despite the fact that I'm sure there's still anxiety built around it. But Asher's definitely used to it, and Snaxy almost like run these streets on a daily basis. So this is all kind of commonplace to her, just kind of blending in and out of normal traffic, and you all make your way towards the ministry district.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast. But as usual,
Sergio.
what's that?
Hauling ass for the Rat King.
And squeak, 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 squeak. But as per usual, you have to cross one of the main bridges to get over to the ministry district, and you go through customs. They want to make sure that obviously all of weapons that can be seen are properly stored away, and that nobody's going to necessarily be causing any trouble. Snacksy, you actually going through customs, you happen to pull out a seal, and whether or not your party members kind of pay attention to it doesn't really matter to you. You just kind of flash it to the almost like the customs agent that is there, and you know, he kind of nods and allows you all to pass.
That's a pretty fancy trick. All right.
That's epic.
So I want to ask, like, she knows where we're going. We're just kind of walking. Like, how's she leading us, or is she just pointing, or?
She's on my shoulder, and I'm assuming
Okay.
pointing.
She's like ratatouilleing you.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Snacksy does know where to go. So, depending on how she wants to direct you all, she's probably not being like, just go to this street. She's probably being like, turn left here.
We are going the wrong way. Please turn around. In a quarter mile, turn to the right.
I was gonna say Snacksy
You have
ways.
arrived at your destination.
But as you start to get closer to the main, it's essentially a warehouse that's dedicated for the dealings of the houses, and like political houses, within the city of Salus that are located there. And Snacksy, you know for certain, obviously, this is the place that you're supposed to go. The rest of you, especially Rinrin, has never been, let alone in this district, but never seen something like this before. It's not like your typical warehouse. It definitely has a fancier feel to it with, you know, pronounced columns, and it almost looks like it would be a library or some kind of like fancy bureaucratic building, just the way it stands. It's almost a bit too elegant for just being a warehouse, but this is pretty much the direction that Snacksy is pointing you, to get you to where you need to be. But as you kind of walk up to these, it's like a brief staircase up to the warehouse floor, or the warehouse front entrance. You're allowed to go in, and there are guards that are stationed outside, but of course they give you all a look, make sure nobody has, you know, anything drawn or and dangerous on them necessarily. But it's almost like walking into a bank and asking the manager for a safety deposit box. So as you enter, you see this older individual at the front desk, kind of peek up from what would be like a ledger, that he's kind of peering in. Just an older human gentleman, with like kind of old, like professor style glasses, and dressed very nicely in a very plain suit. You know, he just kind of looks up from his ledger and just goes, name. And Snacksy, you still have the seal. Basically, you just flash it like normal. And he goes, House Shaw. All right, this way. And then he kind of like escorts you back to what would be the equivalent of like a warehouse safety deposit box. And it's just, you're passing by sections and sections of the warehouse that contain just ridiculous amounts of stuff in it. Like you can see through some of the divisions, like through some of the doorways and glass and whatnot that separate from all these different rooms, that there are very large rooms involved with it. And you're walking past obviously a lot of them, but it seems to contain a lot of information about the individuals that store stuff in this area. There's some symbols on one of the doors that looks like it represents some scaled families. You walk past a few others that you're not entirely sure are familiar to you, Asher, but they possibly look like stuff you've maybe seen back home. And then you eventually get to the door where this older individual just kind of presents to mainly Snacksy because she flashed the seal. and just kind of allows you guys to go in.
Does he stay with us?
No,
Or
he
does he just pull that box out and then kind of walk back?
well, he leads you basically to a giant room. It's basically like a warehouse, like a mini warehouse in this giant building that you're in. So it's essentially a room that you get to walk in that is dedicated to a seal associated with what Snacksy flashed him.
Okay.
And he just says, "Let me know when you're done, and we'll basically lock up."
Okay. Want to tell the old man thanks, and we'll let him know.
Kind of nods and then goes back. And you notice that as you were walking in, there was a few guards here and there stationed throughout the room. There's not one directly to the door, but you have permission to go in this room, so it's not like you're doing anything illegal
Yet. So I guess with the box, we should let Snacks open the box here, see what's in here, what's going on.
I want to sniff it.
Saskia will let her off of her shoulder to go to the box, and meanwhile, she wants to do a perception check.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for? And just to be clarify, just
Okay.
as you all get into the room, it's more than just a box. It's like crates of shit that are within this room. You know, I equate it to like the act of going to a safety deposit box, but it's more so like he escorts you to a room that is full of what is presumably arcade shit. It's just like, it's got crates, it's almost like it would be like a normal shipping warehouse where supplies are stored. So there's a bunch of like organized boxes and crates that are all around, and most of you, except for maybe Snacksy, you're not familiar obviously with this particular part of town or anything, but you just assume that it is all arcade stuff in this particular room.
Oh, okay.
Since that's being what it is, I'm not going to look around. Normally I'd be like, oh, let's, pop the top of some of this shit, see what's in here, but since it's RK, I need him around.
I wouldn't know who RK is.
Nope. But Saskia, you can still make a perception check if you want, just to see if you see anything weird.
I think like for anything, especially like any unusual tracks or anything like that, like who's been here before, if possible. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and roll and tell me what you get. So you're just looking for, it's a perception check, so you're looking for anything that like kind of stands out for the most part. As you're kind of looking around at a lot of these boxes and crates and whatnot, you tend to notice that some of like the markings on the box don't really match up. Like some of them actually have a particular seal on it. You're not entirely familiar with it, and then there's something else. There's almost like a different type of writing on just a select few of boxes. You're not entirely sure why these are different. You haven't really opened them up, but you do notice that some of these boxes are marked differently with something in addition to what looks to be a house seal on them.
Would it be in a different language?
It is a written language that you're not entirely sure of. Like, It doesn't seem like it's a terribly foreign concept, but as far as like, there's a lot of symbology on it, I guess. Like, there's a lot of you're just not familiar with it. It's like if someone showed you a stop sign and you were unfamiliar with a stop sign, or like a yield sign, or it's got a lot of different shapes and stuff involved with it, and you can recognize the shapes and whatnot, but you're not entirely sure what meaning this conveys.
Interesting.
So the room we're in, does it have any windows or anything, or is it just like solid wood room?
It's a pretty solid, solid room for privacy for the most part. You know,
Okay.
the room has, or the door itself has some kind of windows on it, but it has like, you know, stereotypical shades, or like curtains on it that you can draw.
I want to peek out, see if I can look at the see those symbols again that looked familiar. Any Elder Blood stuff? See if I can recognize anything.
The stuff that Saskia is looking at.
No, the stuff outside that when we walk by, if I could see it. If not, just kind of look out and see what the guards are doing.
I'm trying to think if I said anything outside. I mean, there's guards and whatnot outside, but there wasn't anything like specific writing aside from just like house symbols and whatnot. You're talking about like the what looked like may have been like tiefling, like a tiefling symbol.
Yeah, I want to see if I could maybe notice one of those or have an idea of just kind of what it was. Get an idea remember what the symbol is. Maybe I'll run into it again. Maybe I can look into it.
Yeah, if you have like history, you can roll history as if you're trying to remember, because it's been a while since you've been back home.
Oh yeah, it's been a day or two.
My epic.
13.
You know that it's likely a royal house back on the main isle, but you're not entirely sure like which one. You vaguely remember seeing it's a royal house from back home, but you're not entirely sure which one it would be at this point.
Well, at this point, can I remember kind of the guards' patterns and stuff? Need be, I need to come back and get some material or some items. I know where to go. Doubtful, but you never know.
These guards seem to be fairly stationary as far as like in regular intervals across that particular area. They don't have any kind of like walking pattern at this point in time that you can tell.
Okay.
I mean, they very likely, I mean, just from your knowledge, they very likely go to take a piss and a break once in a while, but it's nothing that is like overtly obvious right now unless you sat down and observed them for an extended period of time.
Nah, I don't want to do that, but I guess I'll get back and pay attention to what's going on in the room.
I'm looking around wildly and sniffing at everything.
Everything smells awesome. Like, there's a lot of interesting smells.
Now, you said there's a weird language?
You could call it that to a degree.
Because I know a lot of languages.
I don't think you'd be able to tell this.
Okay.
Like, how much attention are you drawing to this that you kind of notice something different, Saskia?
Well, oh, sorry, her.
I think that's a good question.
All right, well, I was gonna say,
she's not that intelligent, so I don't know. She would probably just be like, "Oh, okay, weird, different language, great." And especially if she doesn't recognize the language or runic symbols, I guess. She does know Elvish, Primordial, and Sylvan, though.
no.
Okay.
Snacksy, I'll give you this because you are on Saskia's shoulder, unless you've jumped off.
Well, she says she put me down, so I'm
okay.
gonna assume like I'm on top of a box or something.
Yeah, I thought she did, yeah.
Okay, I must have missed that.
Now, I only have actual physical dice, right?
I mean, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll roll a perception check to see if I notice anything. Spoiler alert,
sure.
I won't.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Okay, believe this or not,
Do 20
it's a
it.
fucking nat 20.
Okay.
I am in shock.
So as you're making your rounds, being super, super uncomfortably close to your cousin, yes, you use that power sniffer of yours to kind of like mark certain crates. And Saskia, you kind of pick up on this too, that Rinrin is having a very focused sniffer attention to the crates that you kind of see that are slightly marked slightly different. Rin, you're getting a very like, there's clearly different substances in these particular crates that you're finding. I would say maybe about 5 of them that smell interesting, and they're not necessarily the same, but it smells like it's got some things that are just oddly pungent, or some are like bittersweet. They're all hitting all different types of tastes that other crates aren't doing.
So I'm like sniffing around, and then I hit one, and I reel back, and I go, oh. And then I get my nose right back in there, and then I go, oh.
Yeah.
And then I do it again.
Yeah. So Rinrin not being the most...
It smells like burning.
This tastes like burning. Rinrin not being the most subtle of individuals. I mean, Asher, you can notice this. Snaxy, you can notice this too. You can
Everyone notices what I'm doing.
Yeah, that she's going for specific, like, you'll know that Rinrin goes from, like, it's not, you know, a consecutive order of crates. It's like particular ones that she's like, oh, this one's interesting, and then she'll sniff this one, not interesting, sniff this one, not interesting, and then she'll find the next one and be like,
This one's lemony too.
Yeah.
Dirty feet.
So, with all this going on, I want to ask him, like, should we open it up? What are we feeling on this? I think we should open it.
Yeah, I want to know what it is.
You can open boxes. Just try not to get your grubby mitts all over everything.
I will. Asher has his thieves toolkit with him, and I'm assuming that would have a way to open a crate. Or if not, then I'm just going to.
If not, I have my axe in my fists.
Absolutely not.
You should be able to...
Rin reaches for her axe, and then, no. The little mage hand comes up, grabs it, and puts it back down.
Yeah, you should be able to get it open.
Okay, you do it.
Without damage.
Okay, so I'll use the thieves toolkit and open the crate.
As you open up one, you do notice that it is, it looks to be like a heavy amount of alchemical supplies. And just go ahead and roll a perception for me as you're opening this stuff up, Asher.
What did you say it was?
Alchemical supplies.
Oh, okay.
That's why it all smelled kind of weird and funky and stuff.
My real smart brain is saying it's like what do you call it? The stuff you put in dead people, embalming stuff.
Well, I rolled a 19, but it didn't add in my +4 to charisma for my perception.
Your charisma?
Wait, oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
That's
but
okay.
I did roll perception 19.
Yeah, perception should be dex, shouldn't it?
No, it's
or wisdom.
Yeah. But that's okay. 19 is definitely good enough. Okay, so you notice that on some of these crates, there's actually so you notice that one of them is assumingly a house symbol for probably arcade shit. And then you notice that some of these other ones are marked in a less official capacity with thieves' cant.
Oh, okay. I know that.
Yeah, so it's got a bunch of symbols and stuff on there, and you're not entirely sure if you're familiar with this symbol, but you know it's from a thieves guild. Like, you 100% know it's from a thieves guild.
So I'm gonna point and be like, "Hey, this is from a thieves guild."
What's that?
It's a building with candy walls and a candy roof, The people inside are also made of candy. Yeah, usually gingerbread.
So,
And they smell.
FYI, as a kitsune, I know exactly when you're lying without having to roll anything.
I don't suppose I can pull the deception, can I?
Sadly, I don't think it works.
Oof.
What he cut out on me. What did he say?
He's trying to roll a charisma to lie on you.
Nope. The only time a creature hidden from divination magic is the only time. So
Basically, you'd have to be
literally cannot
magically
lie to me
shrouded.
unless
Yeah.
you're magically shrouded.
I use the coat and I cover myself up a little bit, and I'm like, I am shrouded now.
I am like, my ears go back and I wrinkle up my nose and I'm like, you're silly.
He's not lying. He's shrouded.
You're so silly. They're
But
not made of candy, but that's a funny trick.
Snacks, you do notice after it's pointed out that there's these symbols that are kind of notated on what seems to be all of the alchemical boxes with this thieves' can't symbol. And obviously, you know that that's not really standard for how Arcade does things.
So then would she know that like this isn't supposed to be here?
Well, you know that from behind the scenes that Arcade does dabble in alchemical supplies, mostly to try to regulate things on the streets from time to time. But the individual that was likely selling him out has probably marked these particular boxes for the trade in order to try to give whoever this other party is that it's marked as these supplies, as well as basically trying to take over Arcade's turf. So these are slotted to move in one way, shape, or form, you assume. Because that was kind of like the deal that you overheard.
Well, shit.
And I want to offer to look at the rest. Well, I'm going to go ahead and look at the rest of the stuff and see if I can find any more of the markings and pull out the boxes and open them up. Maybe it's all something, maybe it's all the same stuff, maybe it's something new. I just want to get an idea of what the scope of it is.
Yeah, and you take a look at all the boxes, especially the ones that you confirm it. Rin tracked down the ones via smell that had all the symbols on it too. And like retroactively, Saskia is getting this confirmed and like, oh shit, this I did see this. What the hell? You're starting to notice that it is definitely alchemical supplies. There is probably a hefty amount of like liquid aether mixed in with a lot of it too, which is typically pretty valuable because it's like refined raw magic. And yeah, it's pretty much all relatively the same. It's just like 5 crates worth of that type of materials that looks like it was marked liquid.
Is there any way I could roll like an intelligence, kind of see what all is in each box, and see if I can come up with an idea of what's going on, or like what the chemicals are being used to make?
I mean, you could try.
I figure because if I'm on the street enough, I'll probably know what's on the streets, what kind of alchemicals are going around. But at the same time, I probably don't know how they're made.
Yeah, I mean, it really all depends on who the target acquirer is. Like maybe you'd have a better idea, but yeah, I mean, you can roll it just to see if maybe you have a better idea as far as what's going on.
Would it be an investigation or intelligence?
Well, I mean, you could do an investigation because you're kind of trying to piece things together with like the presented data that you have here.
I got an 11. I'm not doing good.
As far as you could tell, I mean, you've noticed a lot of people do a lot of weird shit with alchemical things. Some of it has been pretty pure, but some of it has been like, you just know that anytime you have liquid aether involved, that like aether narcotics could be involved too. So that's really the main thing that you kind of lean on, is that there's always a possibility that aether narcotics could be involved in any bit of this, honestly.
Okay.
Would Saxy know this specific, like, or is it just like a generic?
Oh, you're cutting in and out a minute. Is it, you said like the symbol, the Thieves' Cant stuff?
Like, would she know this specific, like, Thieves Guild thing, or is it just a generic, thieves?
You know what? Actually, roll like an intelligence check for me just to see.
I don't know how.
Do you have just regular dice? I could roll for you too.
Yes, please, because I'd have to go look for them.
That's okay. So what's your intelligence? Your modifier. Remember?
No, I don't. You have the sheet?
That's right, I do have it. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll find it somewhere.
I'm gonna bet it's real high.
See,
It's
Snaxy doesn't
smart.
have to do things for herself. She's that good.
That's true.
I can't believe I helped.
You did, actually.
The powerful sniffer.
Damn! I can't believe my first ever roll in 6 years basically was a fucking nat 20.
Luck of the Rin.
Ugh. You've all seen what I've had to deal with. You know that's not true. I guess I was a good girl.
But it's not
Please
life
stop.
luck, it's game luck.
Good girls get the
But you are
natural.
a very good girl, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pet you.
Really?
Yes. Just the little mage hand goes over and just pets your head.
My ears perk up and I'm like, did I do good?
You didn't smash
did I
anything, and I
behave?
appreciate that.
Oh my god, are you...
I sit on the ground as the mage hand pets me and my tail just thumps on the ground.
Alright, like all of a sudden my dice roller doesn't want to roll. Fuck it. Doing it manually.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
I think I have it set pretty high here. Hold on, let me double check my notes. You have not been exposed to this particular symbol before. I mean, obviously, you tend to deal with a lot of shady individuals, but you're not entirely sure where this one is coming from.
Okay.
Well, while we're there, is there any way I can make a note of the symbol, like draw it, write it down, anything like that? Just so I have a reference.
Gonna say you do have someone with a book.
I heard notes. Well, your Twitch?
I have some berries you can crush up.
So I will ask Snacks to draw and like copy down the little symbol, and we can go and ask around the Thieves Guild or try and figure out who and what wrote this, what's going on.
I'll write it down, but not because you told me to.
I wouldn't expect them to let any less.
As you're kind of ruffling through everything else as well, Asher, you do surprisingly come through, buried underneath one of the other bottles, what looks to be like a shipping manifest as well. It doesn't look like it's obviously written in the same hand style as RK from the note before that Saskia had. So it looks like it's possibly something different for these individual crates, because it does reference what the notated crates, and it kind of replicates the symbol on the shipping manifest that are to be moved out within the week to a transport ship that is essentially in the working district. So there's a couple of different districts that rub up against the river that cuts through Salus, because it's basically like how Paris is kind of cut in I think it's like thirds by the river that cuts through it. But it's used for transportation of goods to make it a lot easier, instead of having to transport everything through roads all the time. A major transportation system that they use is the river that cuts through the city. But there is a transport vessel that it notates on there called the Tempest's Visage, that these crates are slotted to go get loaded onto probably within the week.
Is there any names? Like, has it been signed or anything like that by maybe someone checking through inventory or anything else?
No, not yet. Not on this. Just the name of the ship for the most part. Inventory, name of ship, and then it just has the symbol, like the thieves' cant symbol.
I want to take the shipping manifest and be like, maybe fold it up and be like, Snacks, you can hold on to this. Being the right hand of the RK, I imagine it'd probably be best to give pertinent stuff to her, because once again, I would need to keep RK kind of going. He's working for me as well as I'm working for him. So.
So Mage Hand will go out again, grab the thing, and like kind of shrink it down so she can shove it into her bag.
Okay. You kind of use like your mage hand to help manipulate
I'm assuming
it.
you only get one mage hand.
Yes, it is the one hand, so it definitely left
Okay.
your head.
I whine and then I get up.
So rally everyone up and start kind of clapping like, all right, we're going to the working district, everybody. We're getting on a boat.
I'm on
We
a
should
boat.
Wait,
make sure to put these boxes back.
I have a
What?
question.
Sure.
Could I use like but basically the one that could I make everything in this room kind of look like broken and unusable?
Like an illusion?
Yeah, I forget the like exact name of the spell, but it lets me put an illusion that makes things either look better or look worse than they really are. And I'd like to make everything that was marked kind of look like garbage.
I think, are you talking about like prestidigitation? It may be. I'm trying to see.
I just imagine we put the lids back on everything, get it back in place, and she makes it look like garbage. Like, what the fuck?
It's literally called distort value, so she'll make everything look like it's less than it really is.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. I've got it because you've written it down as your first level, or one of your first level spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I want to make everything that was like marked to be sent somewhere. Well, basically everything in the room. I want everything to just look like ransacked and not usable.
Okay. So yeah, you you all see Snacksy basically start to channel this big ass magic energy and compared to like the small rat that she is, and like everything just turns to garbage. Like it just looks like we need to put these boxes back, otherwise Archie's gonna be pissed. And then
It definitely looks like I let Rin loose in the room.
yes, and then Snacksy does that.
Whoa!
I want
It's
to look and
very
be like, what the
convincing.
fuck? We just cleaned the place up. Now he's going to be pissed. Well, not at us.
I think you cut out a little bit, omitted.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna look at him and go, "Say nothing, Angela."
Okay,
I
quick
shrugged.
question for omitted. She knows full well his name is Asher, right?
Does she?
No, I'm actually asking so if I hear that it's a lie or not.
You know,
Um,
I think that Staxy just doesn't give a shit. I don't think it's that she's actively lying. It feels like she just doesn't
Because all I
care.
would do is giggle because I know what she's doing and it's funny, but
no, like she fully believes she's saying their name correctly every time, even though it's a
okay.
different. So it's not a lie. You know that's not their names, but as
So I
far
just
as
look
looking
at her
Snaxy,
curiously with my head cocked, being like, huh?
It is confusing. You are confusion.
Yes. Because, like, even I know his name. Me.
Uh,
I think we're done here. Salvador, please put me back on your shoulder.
Kind of just sighs a little bit and then puts her back on her shoulder.
My head remains the same, but tilts to look at you.
all right. So the room looks like shit, but you have found some nifty info.
And we have a copy down some. So, pretty handy.
I like encourage Rin and just be like, Remington, what do you think of my work?
Well, what? Huh?
Like how destroyed the room is. Like, what does she think?
Oh, no, that's how she's reacting to the name.
Ah,
Ronaldo.
Who? I look around like you're talking to someone else.
well, I try to understand you, Rory. Whatever. Let us leave.
Oh, me? No, Rin. I think it looks great.
Well, thank you, Ruby.
Perfect den. Can I have the hand back?
The little mage hand will come out and give her just 2 pets.
Yes.
The Magian starts like squishing her cheeks together.
It's only one hand. It can only squish one cheek.
Well, I mean, it could get.
Yeah, like,
Is your face
what
huge?
if it's like the so cute emote, but just one
Oh,
cheek?
it's doing the finger thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was like doing palms on
Oh,
sides.
no. Just using his fingers to like squish your like lips together
No,
a
I'm
little bit.
tiny. I'm 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, it's true. And this rat's got big hands, so.
Big
Yeah,
bitch.
it'd be a regular size hand. Tech wouldn't know about it.
Ouch.
Oh, the low blows. Love it.
The man's not even here. You're fucking razzing on him.
He might be lurking. Who knows?
That's true, maybe.
We're-
So.
So,
I
like,
guess
as we
we'll
leave, I'm like, hey, what's a boat?
It's a big water vessel with people in it.
My brain is not wrapping around it, and you can see it in my, like, completely spaced out dead eyes. But I, like, nod like I know, and I'm like, uh-huh. Oh.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, you all can obviously exit the warehouse. The individual that the older gentleman who's next, you know his name. His name is actually Reginald. basically, you know,
She just called me that.
well, almost. Escorts you out, locks up behind you. The curtains were drawn essentially on the door, so he wasn't able to see what was left in there, but he knows Snacksy as a regular, like a regular purveyor of that particular room, so he just doesn't think anything of it anyway.
Rebecca, do not look into the room, and if anyone does approach, please let me know.
He just kind of nods. He's used to it. Now he's Rebecca. Forever and always. Yeah, as you exit the warehouse, you can go from there.
So, I guess we walk on this way and we start exploring the working district. I can't think where all the boats would come and station, everything else, but start looking around, see if we see any familiar names.
Well, and certainly you could ask around too. It's you're roughly familiar with the areas they would likely dock. And eventually you find your way to like the general area where some of the ships go to dock, and you just kind of ask around. It doesn't really take long to find out that there is a Tempest Visage that is farther down in the one of the docking areas closer to the edge of the working district, right close to the farming district. Basically where the homes stop and the fields begin is kind of where it's at right now, as it has already picked up some crates. It can't go back upstream, but there still can be smaller ships that ferry stuff to it before it kind of disembarks and heads out of the city. But you do know that it's likely farther downstream if you're wanting to pursue that.
I think it would be a worthwhile endeavor. Meanwhile, we're looking. Asher's kind of zoning out and talking a little bit to himself.
Snacksy, what do you think we should pursue next?
If we're talking seriously, I'd rather set all the boats on fire and be done with it, but that's not what we're here for.
We can do that.
That is true.
No, Ronan, we have to stay behaved.
Oh, that's behave. Okay.
Are the docks busy at the moment?
I would say it's probably in a time where, the sun is still up. It's likely in between midday, which would be a fairly busy rush time for people to go get something to eat, and between closing time. So I would think that it's really not terribly busy at this point in time, aside from like the dock workers themselves trying to load stuff up on the ships. But it's not like peak pedestrian season right now as far as time of day.
Would there be a place that we can go to, like, to see what ships are docked at the moment?
Yeah, there's this one. You all pretty much found out that it's going to be docked a little bit farther down in the working district at one of the other docks, and there's like a harbor master that's there. That each individual station, because there's like multiple stations throughout the city on the riverside where ships are generally harbored. You have typically like stations that people need to check into whenever they dock their particular ship at that particular area. And you all found out just through casual conversation alone that there are some bigger ships down near the end of the working district. So the Tempest name has been brought up in that particular area. So you know that, generally speaking, it's probably going to be down there.
So, I guess Saul, take us all the way down to the end of the docks. We'll need to look around.
She starts heading that way.
So you all essentially get the full fledged of the city again, just by walking down each individual district. You know, you get out of the fancier district, you move out of the market district, you get into the slummier district, and you keep going down, and so you hit essentially the almost like the end of the road, where the working district houses, as I said before, kind of end, and then the farms start to pick up. Salus does a pretty good job of trying to ensure that if there was an emergency and they had to close off their walls, that they would still have farms interior to the walls where they can continue to essentially have livestock and plants and things of that nature, to make sure that their citizens are fed. That's why there's still large swaths of land within the interior of the city. But you know that once it hits that open land, it's generally pretty open. There's not really much else over there except for like farmhands and pretty dead as far as like activity is concerned. So you're kind of up on that border between where the houses end in the working district, the quieter side of the city, and yeah, I mean, eventually you make it there. Any kind of crowds that were in that particular area walking towards it has been cut to a very, very minimal. And this may have been by design. You're not entirely sure, but it's definitely quieter down in this side of the district. But eventually you get to the last docking area, where like a harbor master would actually try to maintain some kind of order over the chaos of the incoming ships before they kind of set sail on the river towards the outer sides of the city and outside of the city in general, to the like a major lake that's nearby that would eventually empty into the ocean. So it's kind of like the last stop before any kind of sea vessels exit the city. But yeah, you make your way to that particular area, and as the day grows a little bit closer to sundown, you kind of make your way there and see a few ships at the dock.
Ricardo, do any of these ships catch your attention?
We're just looking for the name that was on the manifest. I forgot the name.
You have the, well, actually, you gave it to Snaxy, but it's called the Tempest's Visage.
I was just going to start calling it Interstellar. We're looking for the
So
something.
I just kind of wanted Rin to sniff around. Maybe she would find something. She's done it before.
Well, remind me, Cannon, was my village near the ocean? It wasn't, right?
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah. I am staring slack-jawed in disbelief.
Yes.
Oh, right, water.
I've never seen so much water.
Most of mine always comes from the sky.
It's usually like puddles or the hot springs. And it's so salty!
Please tell me she's trying to drink it.
I'm like, yeah, I leaned down and I lapped it up and went, and then did it again.
while it may not be salty because it's not seawater, it could be just fucking gross in general.
Well, it's probably just gross, yeah.
Yeah, it's very much so. Like, but I mean, obviously, things are going downstream and you're kind of going with it, but you're also catching everybody's funk from upstream as you're drinking this water. A lot of interesting smells and tastes, though.
That's what I was just gonna say. She wants me to sniff around, but is there even a chance of me catching that with all these new smells?
Yeah, you never know.
I could roll another nat 20!
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, I will roll a perception. Yeah, listen. It's not a nat 20, but it's pretty fucking good. Jesus. It is 19.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, as you start, well, after you peel yourself away from dirty river water, you kind of like had this palate cleanse moment where you're channeling the smells in the air, and you know, you're trying to see if there's anything familiar or at least different about the three of the ships that are basically docked at that particular area, and it just smells weird to you. Like you definitely are getting new sensations because, you know, you're smelling like the barnacles off of a lot of the ships and just all these different things that you've never caught wind of before. But something does catch your nose and leads you to one in particular, and you can read and write common. You do have like Toucan Sam follow your nose and get to the ship that literally has a placard on the side that says Tempest Visage.
Does it smell like the barrels?
It doesn't really smell directly, like overtly, like the crates that you had, but there is a familiar tinge to it. It may come closer to.
It's got like the same like burning acrid smell a little bit.
If magic had a smell, it would smell vaguely like that.
Magic definitely has a smell.
So that's what you catch.
This one smells like that room. It's got this weird, I can feel it at the back of my eyes smell.
I'm gonna walk up there and see if there's like a shipmaster or someone, a captain, something that is on the boat, and I wanna. Well, I don't have that manifest, but I'm gonna go up there and just tell them that we're new. We're looking for something on the boat. We're with the dockmaster.
Okay.
Check something out. We've got rumors that there's illegal products being shipped on the boat. We need to check it out.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask for two things here. One, actually, I'm gonna ask for two things, one from each particular person. So, Asher, go ahead and roll me a charisma deception check. Rin, I'm gonna have to just from how you
I knew what this is about.
how your character is, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll some kind of wisdom save to see if you don't shut your
I just
mouth.
blurt out saying, "No, we're not."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, well, what do you want to call it?
It would be like a wisdom save, so it would be basically a d20 plus your wisdom saving throw.
So D20 minus 1.
I got an 11.
Oh my god!
No, what?
A fucking nat 20.
What?
Okay.
Do you have loaded dice?
We're gonna start needing picture evidence.
So, Asher. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm gonna see if we can see if this works here.
One of the fucking things I'm best at, and I just fucking fell on my face with it.
Go ahead and roll again. I was making it contested just to kind of like see how it would. And you rolled the same fucking thing. So go ahead and roll again for me, Asher.
Oh yeah, wasn't there an inspiration earlier?
That's true.
11 plus 6, I got a 17.
Okay.
So I thought you meant me reroll, so I did, and guess what I rolled?
No.
I'm not kidding. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna destroy your die.
It's definitely
do
loaded.
you want
She's
me
a
to
gambler.
like start turning on a camera?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So.
Though I fully believe her, and we should not question the 20.
I'm fucking in shock.
If anything, we need to take her to fucking Alley Street gambling. Make some
I
fucking
might need
money.
to go buy a lottery ticket like right now.
Reed, let's go out.
Okay, so everybody keep in mind, except for Snacksy, sadly, because that's what I rolled. You three for Copter giving you inspiration, just mark it down somewhere just in case you need to use it, okay? So it would be a reroll, essentially.
Oh, okay. Does it last only for this session, or is it until we use it?
No, I would say until you use it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So essentially you go back and forth with this this captain, and eventually you make a convincing argument that yes, you are supposed to be doing this, you are supposed to be here. It's like, well, we didn't get any kind of notification that someone was going to come on board. And you're like, well, you know, the dockmaster was kind of busy.
You know
Would
what
it
a
be possible
surprise
for-
investigation is? Yeah, we had to come randomly. If there's illegal things going on this boat, we can't just be like, hey, we're going to check it out. Illegal things, we're looking for them. You're going to hide them, right? So we had to come on the moment, and we are here now. We are here to check this shit out and look through the stuff. It's not going to take that long. We just got to look.
Would Snacksy be able to intimidate them because she's getting really tired of the back and forth?
I would 100% allow that.
And I would like to do that, please.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I have to load up your character.
Hilariously, I think I'm actually pretty intimidating.
I believe it.
That was cocked. Let me reroll that. So that would be a 16 on intimidation, which is not bad at all, honestly. So what are you trying to tell them?
Well, I want like little shadow bolts of lightning to start like sparking up from her fur, and she just looks really mad.
It's the cutest visual ever.
So like as Asher is like quasi arguing with this captain, and he's starting to like make these convincing points, you see like on Saskia's shoulder this rat become Pikachu enraged and being like, I'm running out of patience. It's like sparking. Saskia, your hair just kind of stands on end a little bit, not because you're scared or frightened or anything, just because of the static electricity. And you notice, or at least Asher notices that he's no longer having a conversation with the captain, because the captain is like, what the hell is going on there? Like he's definitely like concerned. I wouldn't say he's scared shitless, but he's very concerned about what's happening on the Tabaxi's shoulder right now.
Is there a way that I can, what's the word, like help her out? Assist.
Yeah, you can
Because I'd
assist.
see her doing that and be like, oh yeah, and then like I'd put my hackles up and be like, "Argh."
And then
Remember,
Snacksy will just
this
say,
is a fox in a spiked harness
I know.
that is bloodstained.
Yeah, but
"Oh
who's
god, now
blood?
there's blood on it?"
I was out in the wild for 4 years.
God, you smell like hell then.
Going
I
in
licked
circles.
myself.
That doesn't necessarily mean it helps.
I also take baths in the bathhouse when I play with the kobolds.
It's just the harness that smells
It's just a
awful.
harness.
You need to wash that harness.
I 100% need a new harness.
So
But I mean,
Go ahead.
it's just a simple move. Yes.
So the captain is very like he starts to nod, and then he just kind of moves aside, and he's just kind of like just make it quick. We have preparations, please.
We will take as long as we need to. And you will shut your mouth.
Don't worry, we're on it. We're getting started right now, and I'm gonna start kind of like, come on, everybody, let's go. We're walking towards the boat or towards the front of the boat. Let's go. We got to start there and work back.
I'm making that Chris Pratt face from Parks and Rec where he's like, oh.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But the captain and some of the surrounding crew just kind of like, well, the captain especially almost like side eyes you as you go by. Some of the crew are sort of laughing until the captain looks over to them, and then they shut up real quick because they don't want to, you know, they're sailing on a ship with someone that they're laughing at. They're probably going to go overboard at some point. So they all quickly shut up and continue to do whatever moving that they're trying to do. But yeah, you all can kind of like take a look around, you know, without too much suspicion, but you can take a look around.
Are they hauling crates and stuff?
Yeah, they're transporting crates actively onto the ship.
Okay, I'm getting under their feet sniffing at the crates.
None of the ones that you are encountering by the individuals that are currently putting the crates on smell as interesting as if you were smelling before. They don't smell like magic.
Okay.
So are we splitting up and kind of searching? Everyone's
right,
looking for the marking? Well, I guess Rin is smelling feet and checking out the...
Well, nothing up here smells right. Nothing up here makes my eyeballs itch.
More perception.
I mean, they're still below deck as well.
Yeah, I'll pop down below deck sniffing.
Below deb.
Shut up.
8 intelligence coming in.
Listen, I'm a method actor.
Sorry, let me get my hammer. I need to hit myself a few more times so I can be in character.
Do you need me to roll another check, or does it still work?
I mean, you're still pretty much operating off of what the sniffer is telling you.
Okay, so I'm going down steps. I'm sniffing around.
Yeah, and eventually you do find yourself a couple of crates that smell very familiar to what you've seen before, and it does have a like familiar symbol on it.
Oh, yeah, I sniff it, and then I do that thing where I got way too much sniffy in my nose, and I go.
You do the Tangia sniffer.
Yeah, and then I sneeze all over the place.
There's snot that goes everywhere.
And then I'm scratching like the back of my throat inside my mouth, and I'm like, this one.
As you all approach, you notice that it has the same kind of thieves' cant symbol on it, but it doesn't have. This one in particular does not have the house symbol for RK.
I want to do a quick perception check since we're on a boat. It would be like the perfect ambush signal or ambush place for people that might be checking something out or people that get noticed for checking something out. And be in the line of work, Asher does. You know, just kind of see if he notices anything.
He's just a little paranoid.
A little bit. He's got some voices on his head.
Yeah, go for it.
Six. Ren, quit taking all the good rolls.
These are my dice in my hands.
Well,
Ship them my way. I need them. I'm doing terrible.
I do have like
Loaded
3
dice.
different sets.
yeah, loaded. As far as you're aware, Asher, you're in the clear.
Okay. Well, I guess we start opening some boxes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for an ambush. I wouldn't expect that.
So everybody's down basically in the hold,
Yeah, I'm scratching the back of my throat.
and you hear Rin basically quasi gagging as she's
It's hacking up a lung.
yeah.
It's so itchy.
Scout, do you see anything?
I open the box and I don't know what I see, but I see stuff.
That is correct. You don't know what you see. I think the only person that has an applicable role is Snacksy. So do you want Rin to roll for you? Holy shit.
I can.
Yeah, fuck it.
Rin, fix it.
Okay, I'm rolling. Oh my god!
You're a
Okay.
hacker. Hacker.
No,
I'm not-
yo, this is hacks.
I don't know what to tell you. Hang on, I'm gonna grab a different D20.
Okay. Well, considering that's for Snacksy, we'll let it ride.
Okay, let me see what this one does. Yeah, that one rolled a 6.
Okay. Maybe
Mhm.
maybe mix them up a little bit between
Yep,
the two.
hang on, I'm gonna grab all the ones. I have like 4 different dice sets, so.
So with
No, keep the loaded one. I mean, no, don't cheat.
That just means this is clearly the right set for this character. I find I roll better when the correct dice are with the correct character.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
So
All the characters use the loaded dice. I mean,
And
this
actually-
character.
yeah.
I think the blue-black ones I have fit Snacksy.
Ooh, blue black.
All shadowy. So we'll say with as these are being opened up with the same kind of thieves' cant symbol on top of it, you do notice that. Oh well, Snacksy, you're the only one that notices this. Everybody else that kind of looks upon it doesn't really know what to make of it. You know, Rin understands that something is magical here, but beyond that, it's just kind of like it smells like magic, and it's making me gag at this point in time. Everyone else, you see that it's like different. It looks like parts, but you're not entirely sure. There's some crystals that are there, but you're really not entirely sure what it all amounts to. Snacksy, as soon as it opens up, you do spot a lot of this stuff immediately, and it's part because you are adept at the arcane, but also part because you are basically work with RK to dabble your paws in illicit shit from time to time. These are parts to what are called shard locks. They're basically magical guns. So someone is with that same thieves' cant symbol is trying to ship magical guns somewhere. At least
So,
from the city to outside of the city.
would these be like the same shard locks that I saw from the other tiefling that went in the bathhouse?
Shit. I mean,
Or is that a history check?
no. You would remember what the shard locks look like, but you don't know necessarily all the parts involved with what it takes to make them. So like disassembled, it's like a disassembled gun. You're not entirely sure what all these disassembled parts go to, but Snacksy would recognize like an assembled shard lock. When it comes to all of those particular parts, you kind of understand what that is, but you've never seen one like disassembled.
Oh, okay, all right.
Lorenzo. So yeah.
So I guess we hold the mouse over the box and go. What is this? You dealing with the RK? What's he getting his hands into? What is all this?
and this isn't one of his boxes, Snaxy, you know that. It's just labeled with the same Thieves' Cant symbol that was marked to be removed from Arcade's stuff. So essentially, the connection would be the same people that were trying to get stuff from Arcade are also moving this shipment.
Well, I'm like stuck between wanting to destroy it, but also it obviously needs to be taken back because she can't let whoever thinks they can have this keep it. But she is so angry seeing things that belong to Arcade here like this.
Well, this stuff.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say this stuff in particular isn't Arcade's, but you know that it's
His now.
it's pretty expensive shit. Yeah, and if you want it to be his, you could possibly do that.
Can I search it, see if there's another manifest or if there's any information in the box?
Sure.
I literally just had a Rin-Rin moment.
Okay.
I thought this whole time you were saying like RK, like ARKAY, the god.
No.
RK, the Rat King.
Too much Skyrim.
Do I just search it or do
It
you
all
want to
in.
investigation?
No, you can literally, like, if you're actively saying that you're doing it, I'm just gonna give you can find another a shipping registry. It has much of the same information aside from where it's actually going to. So instead of obviously like the previous one that you found would just be, hey, it's going to this ship. This is actually showing that at least this particular box is going to it's a place called the Treasury or the Ex Nihilo Treasury. I'm trying to think if you've ever, I would say because you're more illicit, you understand what the treasury is. It's kind of like a neutral location that it's kind of like the Bank of Westeros if you're, down with Game of Thrones shit. Yeah, it's basically a neutral, supposedly a neutral party that kind of helps regulate, quote unquote, helps regulate the monetary value of things across the world, but it also is a good place to like pick up jobs that aren't necessarily they're official, quote unquote official, but it's almost like a more bureaucratic version of what happens at Salus Salvage with more like corporate backing.
Okay.
And it is nowhere close to here. Like it is across the seas, probably closer to the eastern continent than here.
All right. Well, not going to travel there. That's a little too far for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and still take that shipping manifest, and I don't know. Has Snacks told us what the was in the actual shipment?
I don't think so. I mean, it's up to her if she wants to reveal that. I think she's just kind of mulling that over still.
I don't think she would tell anybody.
And that's fair.
There's just shinies in there.
She would definitely want to make sure that this is the only box and there's not more of this.
As far as you can tell from Renren's sniffa, this seems to be the only one with a like similar magical kind of smell to it.
Well, then she would definitely want to take this box out of here.
Rin, we need you to carry something.
A new quest for Rin.
This barrel is probably almost the same size as me, but that's okay.
Why is poor Rin the only one carrying things?
I am 5 foot.
Okay, so I'd go ahead and pitch the idea. We put the lid back on. We tell the shipmaster we found a box of illicit goods that needs to be returned to the harbor master, and we want his people to help carry it outside, and we'll take care of it from there. I pitched that idea and see where that goes.
Please add in the or else.
Just attach it to my back harness ring, and I'll drag it out.
You have a long ways to already drag it. I figured I could save you a little bit, but if you want to drag it, that's fine too.
I got this!
We should at least drag it up and then make them carry it the rest of the way.
am
So
literally
Solomon,
going
please help Rin pull.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna drag it up the stairs and this thing's gonna smash apart. I hope you know that.
It's okay. Rin's strong. If that happens, they'll probably start to really think that we're probably not working for the Dogmaster.
All right, so that's the plan. She's a musher. She needs to pull.
Yeah.
Listen, this is all ways to get her energy out so she doesn't destroy shit later.
I'm sure it's
Oh.
pretty secure anyways if it's, in a shipping container, shipping in a ship.
How big is it? Like, can I get my arms around it?
Well, it's gonna be a fairly big crate. It's not gonna necessarily be a barrel.
Oh, okay.
So I would say it's probably about, we'll say 2 feet in depth, 2 feet wide, and then maybe like 4 foot long. So it's almost as tall as you. Snacksy, you do know that if the crystals inside aren't properly, properly cushioned, there could be a giant explosion that fucks this entire ship up.
As fun as that would be, I don't want that to happen. At least not with us on the ship. So could
I
we
begin spitting on my hands and rubbing them together.
definitely want to stop her before she starts messing with it and make sure that it's like the lid is secured.
Somebody get her some spinach.
I'm ready. What am I rolling for this?
Oh no.
Oh god, no. Use a loaded dice, please.
Don't you have to roll for like strength checks?
I mean, yeah. You could do
Wait, is it strength? I thought she was pulling it. Like,
well,
would
you
she
can do
need to
athletics. Well,
Okay.
I would say
Well, athletics is strength.
yeah, but you get a little bit of bonus because it's like if you have athletics as a preferred skill.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It would normally be okay if she was just pulling it and it wasn't possibly dangerous.
So, how big are the crystals? Maybe I can put them in my coat or something. Put them on an inside pocket, something.
You don't want to shove them in your pocket.
Well, it's either that or let the wild cat start trying to pull it across the whole town.
Better idea, let us all get off the ship, make them pull it out for us, therefore we do not die. And it's their problem, not ours.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was
Easy.
trying to pitch earlier, but that got shot down.
I just want to help.
I mean, you can still roll if you want. Just everybody take cover, just in case.
No.
Oh, no, I would listen to them.
Yeah.
I'm just eager to help. So if they're like, no, it's okay, I'll be like, okay.
I would like to magic a little, like, fire lamp in front of Rin and say, follow it off the ship.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure you go down the gangplank. Otherwise, if she goes into the water, she may not know how to swim.
I know how to swim.
She was in the pool.
Yeah.
I'm
She
sure
can stand
swimming in
up.
sludge is no different than swimming in water.
Just a little bit of a newer smell.
What does swimming count as? Acrobatics?
That'd be athletics too.
Oh, okay. Well, I can swim.
Yeah.
Next question. Before we completely leave the boat,
I can doggy
yes.
paddle.
do I get any feelings about this ship? Like, do I get anything like, I need to do some work on this?
As in, what do you mean you need to do some work on it? Like you need to fuck it up?
Yeah. Like, do I hear anything telling me fuck it up?
Oh, no, not on this one.
All right.
Like there's nothing intuitively or otherwise that is telling you that you need to do something about this.
Okay.
Were we able to observe them taking the crate the crate off the ship? Just kind of like worried that they'll, do something shady if we're not watching them do it.
Yeah, you could 100% observe them doing all of this. I would say
I don't think Snaxy would let that crate go out of her sight at this point.
Right. Yeah.
That's understandable. You very much so would be able to watch them as they do it. And I think with Asher and Mad Rat Snaxy backing him up, being like, you need to fucking do this. They're just gonna be like, okay, we just don't want to get fined. We're just, and honestly, like intuitively, they all seem like they're just generally there to work. Nothing seems too nefarious. Just your typical seaman, as it were.
Yeah, he said the word.
Thanks,
Could I
Luca.
real quick just give the ship like kind of like a magic eye look to see if anything still catches Snaxy's attention?
Yeah, I mean, you can give a quick glance. Nothing, I would say, nothing of notable nature, especially in comparison to what you have, seems to stand out. Now, you know that obviously some of Arcade's stuff was slotted to be on this boat, but you do now have the manifest, and that plot was kind of caught by you and Arcade early, to assume that, he's probably not going to let that happen. But for the most part, you don't see any of Arcade's like actual stuff on the boat, because it wasn't expected to be on the boat yet, but you don't necessarily see anything like overly fancy that you'd want to mess your time with. For the most part, it's like lower end magical supplies that you can literally find yourself. Stuff that would be generally seekable by maybe some of the public, but nothing that you would kind of ever waste your time with.
Okay.
You definitely found the best haul here with this crate.
Okay, so I guess I can't just like explode the ship.
Explode or explore?
Hey, explode.
Oh, I mean, you can explode the ship if you really wanted to, but it doesn't seem like it would be worth it.
Yeah, it's only worth setting the ship on fire if it would be fun. If there's nothing left on the ship, then yeah, I guess it's ignorable now.
Yeah, it seems kind of below you, honestly.
Below me.
If it were a threat, if you felt it were a threat to like you or RK, you would definitely be able to burn it down. But this doesn't seem like there's anything like overtly nefarious about what's on there.
Okay.
So yeah, you are all allowed to, obviously with the help of the Intimidation Queen and the smooth stylings of Asher, you're able to kind of like tell them, hey, we need this off there now. This is illegal. You're lucky that we found it. Otherwise, you'd get fined.
Get fined and then you all be in trouble. Slap your wrist. Now, get it off the ship and we're going to have this fox person drag it.
So they get it off into the mainland and or like off the boat, obviously, and to the dock area, and then obviously you're at your own devices to kind of transport it from there.
So here's what we do. We get a couple of logs, right? And we push it. Then we move the back log to the front, then we push it again. Right.
There are carts in this city.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't we get a cart and not risk it.
Okay, so we pull the. We're working for the dockmaster here again, and we need to borrow this cart. And we steal a cart and a crate. But do we really know where we're going now? Or
I
is
mean,
it just...
did we really steal a crate? They gave it to us.
I mean, I
And then
don't.
put the crate in a cart and then take it back to our cave.
So I guess we're heading
Because
back.
he should have this. Like, at the thought of going back to the rat king, you can just tell that Snacksy is much, much happier.
Aw.
No, don't you dare. Oh.
Aw. You're so cute. He's my king, shut up.
Ask is just like, oh no, but what am I wearing? Ugh.
Oh, that is an excellent point.
What's a king? Does he look like
Immediately,
you?
like little red beady eyes turn to Saskia and they narrow. But first, we're going to get you some real clothing.
Can I offer to just
Like-
go ahead and keep pushing the crate and just head on to RK's?
I mean,
Meanwhile, just eating jerky, watching all this transpire.
At this point, we could definitely just put Rin in the front, like attach her to a cart, and she could pull us along. Mush Rin!
Does anyone have a whip? We need to make this official.
Hey, whoa now.
What?
I mean, you already got the spiked everything, so you
I know,
know.
it didn't stop you before. Why is it stopping you now? Gosh.
Just because I have a spike child's harness.
Wait,
When we're
okay.
shopping for clothes, we need to get a leash too for her.
Wait,
I'll
we
say
need
if you-
clothes?
If you're not going to be a good girl, we're just going to put the little ball gag in.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! No!
Oh, I don't need clothes.
No, you are fine.
Why
See,
is
look.
she fine? And she's
No,
in
wait.
a bloody harness.
No, look. And then I put my hands up like the red panda thing and go poof, and I'm a human wearing like
Oh.
a
Damn
nice
it.
like red dress and like long red socks. Except I still have my ears and my tail.
It
And
is more revealing than I'd like, but at least it's actual clothing. You, on the other hand,
Damn
And
it.
I look human now, ish.
I don't have those tricks.
Okay, so hold on.
You don't?
Even with Rin like in her dress and everything, she still looked up to the cart. So she's like in this dress with a
Yes.
cart. Okay, all right. I'm just getting the
Yes.
mental image. You can just see like in the streets
so now
of the
it
market
looks
district.
like it now looks like they've got like a beautiful, voluptuous human woman in a beautiful dress strapped to a cart,
Yeah.
and she's just running, just grinning.
Fucking slobber coming out of her mouth as she's running. Oh,
her
fuck.
heels clicking on the floor.
Oh no, I don't have any shoes on.
Oh, okay. You know, it makes more sense.
All right, so you're able to venture to wherever you need to, and obviously you don't have to spend any money, but you can go to one of the clothing areas in the market district and grab something that is, in your eyes, Snacksy, more presentable.
Oh. No, she's not taking her to a regular, like, clothing store. She's taking her to a specific tailor to make her something that doesn't look embarrassing.
Jeez. Stop it, Mom. I'm already dead. I'm already dead on the inside.
Look, the Rat King doesn't care about things, but Snacksy has very high expectations of people.
It's not a phase.
You're gonna put this on and you're gonna like it!
I can tell that Sasky is like upset about this, so I'm like, I'll do it too if you want.
See, I think she's like upset, but she kind of understands being in the city for a while now that she definitely sticks out and
I
recognize.
refuse to let you go in front of the Rat King looking like something that crawled out of a swamp.
It's now my goal to teach Saskia how to shape change into a human. Because I think that everyone who looks like me should be able to do it.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, all this is going on. Asher's just sitting on a crate, on a cart, eating jerky outside of a building, just staring off.
Are you sure you're staring off, or were you staring at when I put my hands up and jumped and turned into a human? And there was some jiggle.
I was thinking about, man, I could use that and get some more supplies, something. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then while
think
I'm trying
you would
to teach
definitely be
Saskia-
dragged into the tailor as well to fix whatever's wrong with your coat.
The whole time I'm just trying to get Saskia to jump up and down like I didn't change. And I'm like, you just do it like this, and hopping up and down.
And slowly the tailor does his job quicker and quicker and quicker.
Yeah, yes, please get them out of here.
I'm just imagining people are walking by seeing this person just change from like a fox thing to a woman back to a fox thing.
Oh no, I'm
and
not
just-
changing every time. I'm just trying to get her to jump. So I'm still in human form, but I'm just jumping up and down. With my hands in the air.
I mean, she's drawing a crowd for different reasons.
Yeah. Can I use this time and get into the crowd and be like, oh, what's going on? And attempt to pickpocket and see what people have?
Sure, fucking sleight of hand people.
Oh my god! I'm an accomplice!
You are now.
Yay!
I rolled a 25. I'm stealing everything.
Yeah, you'll get quite a few monies off of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he gets a bonus to that considering what I'm doing. Come on.
It's an assist.
Just a bunch of brain dead crowd just standing there.
Oh, jiggle.
Oh my god, are those tits jiggling? Oh my god, look at those.
No, it's like Asher comes in from behind is like, oh, are those real? And then like in another voice, he goes, I heard they had a mage enhance them. And like Asher's like starting rumors behind all these fucking viewers. And some of them just don't give a shit. But yeah, you get quite a few extra coins off of these people. Magically enhanced boobies.
Big booba.
They're not, by the way.
Boobest. Jiggle physics
Oh,
in this
and be like,
economy?
oh my god, I heard you can go by the mossy cliffs and see them more often.
There you go. Perfect advertisement.
I know what I'm doing. I got Mist and Artrin backed up. I got this.
Gotta get them more patrons.
Bingo.
I haven't met them yet, have I?
No, not yet.
Well, you did see Artrin on her way out.
It's true, did see, not really meet, but
Question is, do I know who he is?
probably not. So I guess in short, Snacksy, what kind of outfits did you get for the two?
I think for now she would have like got her a very nice, just like slit black dress because it needs to look, she wanted it to look fancy but not overly so.
Gotcha.
And because Saskia happens to look good and she likes to enhance what people have.
Wow.
That is the perfect size.
Did you get me something too, or did you say mine is fine?
Oh no, you're fine.
All right. So now with a change of attire and a cart and a crate and an Asher still in the general vicinity, I assume you all hook up Rin back to the fucking cart and mush
My
her down.
beautiful new sequined gown.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
Hey,
As
hey.
everyone's like watching her walk out, I want to like go there and be like, all right, stop, and I'll start throwing those harness on her and hooking her up and be like, Olivia, get the fuck out of here. Show's over. Get out.
I can just see like Asher hooking up like a bridle, like a fucking horse bridle and shit to her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just shoving this thing in her
And
mouth.
I'm looking around being like, who are all these people? What are they doing?
And
I straight
Saskia
up,
just
we got distance to cover. Let's go.
Saskia just looks so uncomfortable in this dress, and if a cat could be blushing, she would certainly be blushing.
I bet your
Yeah.
tail's twitching.
And she definitely have like her tail wrapped around her body like a security
Now-
blanket.
Serious question. Did anyone tell me which direction to go, or did you just say go? Because that's very
I'm just gonna
important.
put the little magic hand in front of you and just like turn it. You can
Oh,
follow
perfect.
the finger.
Okay.
That's the navigation arrow. It's probably a
That
good
way.
idea.
I just started going, and you were like, oh no, there were other way, and you like tell me to turn around, so I just like do this U-turn through the crowd, and I like run people over.
That's pretty much what we have, Serpent. So yeah, you all follow the navigation and head back to the Rat King's abode. Of course, Snaxy doesn't have to make an offering. She just kind of crawls through one of the doorways, pushes away, the common rabble, as it were, of other rats, and you're able to kind of like jointly carry the crate in and get it into the Rat King's place. Now I'll say this, Snaxy, you notice that normally he's in the foyer because he knows when someone arrives, but you in particular, especially considering you're the first one that's in, you do notice that there is some noise coming from what would be his garden area.
Bad noise or just noise?
Depends on what side you're on of the bad. He is not in pain or anything that you can tell. You hear a familiar voice that is not his, that seems to be panicked or concerned, but you still hear his voice being fairly calm in the background, as if he is explaining something to whoever this other individual is.
I think she would like climb up and kind of sneak her way over, so she's not going to be noticed anyway.
Yeah, as you kind of make your way over to there, to like his garden area, you notice that the rest of the group starts to make their way into the foyer, and they're a bit obviously noisier than you, but you do kind of peek your head over into what would be like the entryway to where his garden is, and you can tell that one of his hired hands is, for lack of a better term, securing the trader as you know it, and Arkea is just talking to him.
Oh, cool. So he's already getting things handled.
Indeed he is.
And as expected. I
How
guess
many
she
rats
could.
are there?
A lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of rats. Like, there's a lot of regular
I'm
rats.
sniffing at them and playing with them.
Oh, you're not going to see them.
Oh.
But you will smell them everywhere.
Yeah, you'll smell them.
Are there like holes in the walls?
Yes. So like the
I am stuffing my human nose in the holes.
It's just fucking this hottie in a dress is just smelling holes and walls.
Yeah, like my ass is straight up in the air and I'm like face down, ass up, sniffing at rat holes.
I'm just thinking of like a 8 intelligence Jessica Rabbit who can't really speak to people.
Pretty close.
But as you all are moving this crate in, you don't know where Snacksy went, but you can start to hear the talking of individuals farther down in a location that you've never been before. You're still in the foyer, and the foyer looks like, I've described it before, but just basically like an open mansion foyer that has two spiral staircases going up in the middle to the second story, but underneath is like a passageway that goes farther into what literally this mansion is. It looks very contradictory to the outside, which is basically a place called Shambles Row, which is full of homeless individuals, and it looks like it's a very destitute area, and it almost looks like the outside of this building does not match the inside. Like some kind of magical shenanigans is happening. But yeah, on the ground floor, farther back, you start to hear voices talking. One of them sounds like RK. The other one, you're not entirely sure who it is.
Yeah, since we're in the foyer, I'm gonna go ahead and open the crate and generally just kind of walk around, look at everything. Just kill time until he comes back or until someone comes back.
Okay. And obviously the stuff in the crate didn't really shift too much, that you have a cart. I think Rin probably took a few turns here and there a little bit sharper, but you guys were able to, she Tokyo drifted a few things, but you all were able to keep it a little bit safe and sound and
You guys
not
all
exploding.
had to like lean to the left when I did it so that the cart didn't fly over.
Yeah, or flip. Yeah, flip. And then obviously Saskia, it's still a little bit awkward having to walk around in what you are wearing right now.
Yeah, I think she's just standing instead of sitting down at the couch like she had previously.
Yeah.
Just standing kind of awkwardly, like trying to like flatten the dress or whatever from the front of her.
But after some time, you hear some conversation go back and forth, and then you hear what sounds to be like a shard lock go off, and then just kind of like silence. And then eventually you see RK kind of emerge from the elongated hallway, in a very, I would say, a little bit more casual attire. His shirt's a little bit more ruffled and a little bit undone, and he uses like a cloth to kind of like clean his hands up. And then behind him, you see, coming from the same general area, is a very familiar face. It is a tiefling in a duster jacket and a Stetson hat.
Is the other tiefling paying any attention to us, or is he just walking along trying to...
He is walking from behind RK as RK is kind of cleaning himself up, and you definitely recognize him as someone with less limbs than normal.
Does he recognize me? Is it like, would it be awkward to be, hey, how's it going? Or is it, he probably won't remember me from the look?
You're not entirely sure. You probably assume that he knows who you are. Has he been disowned?
Okay, well.
But you and Saskia for sure know who this is.
I want to poke Sasuke and be like, he's missing an arm. Also, the dress looks nice. In a whisper. I'm not saying it loud enough that everyone can hear it.
I would think Snacksy probably knows of this individual too, just from the sheer amount of, I guess, business that has been done, especially recently. Snacksy knows a bit of the the goings on that happens at least at RK. So Arcade Mansion.
I can't remember if we ever caught his name, whether he was in the Mossy Cleft or from before.
I don't think you ever got his name.
I don't think we did either.
Because you met him
Okay.
once before in here, and then
Yep.
obviously in the Mossy Cleft he was a customer, but he didn't have anything that said his name on him at that point in time either.
I think Sasuke just like politely nods to them.
But yeah, obviously the other individual, the tiefling, the one-armed tiefling, kind of just nods and then walks his way out. Not very talkative right now, obviously. But
Does he stop and stare at my ass?
no, he actually doesn't.
I wouldn't notice. I'm just curious.
Out of character, no, he's Mr. Business. We'll call him Mr. Business for right now. But he obviously takes his leave. And as he leaves, Rin, you can catch a very, very strong smell of the same type of smell that's in that crate come off of him.
I immediately whip my head around and jump up. And, like, sneeze.
It's really, really strong.
I now put my human fingers in my mouth and start scratching the top of my mouth.
Attractive.
Eh.
But then RK, obviously, he greets you all. Snaxy, are you there now too? Or are you still hidden?
Yeah, so she'll crawl out from where she was hiding and like jump to land on his head.
Okay.
It's like I'm here now. I am now on the king's head.
Okay. So yeah, he gets done cleaning up his hands and pockets a cloth that looks to be very dirtied of something, and basically just greets you all. It's like, I assume you all have done your part of this job.
I want to tell
Not
him.
exactly.
What?
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, Snacky has all the documents, everything we've got so far. Here's a crate that is supposed to belong to you, but doesn't belong to you. We got on a boat, we brought it back, and we're here now. This is where we ended up. Not a great rundown of everything, but it does get the point across. We have went searching. We've done some work.
I skip over. Oh, hi! That guy smells like burning. He hurts my eyeballs. I'm really itchy. Who are you? You smell nice.
And then the magic hand is gonna come out and start pushing you back.
Before
And I'm pushing against it. Except now it's my human face, so like my lips are mashed against the palm.
You seem to have a very interesting friend here. Yes, that man
Friend?
is... But not for you, Snaxy. But he goes on, that individual is quite dangerous. I would steer clear of him if you...
He smells like the crate.
He definitely does. By crate, show me this crate, please.
Oh, I dragged it here.
Yeah, the crate's been opened. It's sitting in that foyer.
She actually says
Oh,
drugged it here.
Drugged it.
So it's opened up and everything. The crate is.
Yeah, he wanders over and he kind of looks up at Snaxy as best as he can. And he's like, where did you find this?
On ship, and then I'm going
I
to
smelled
open the
it.
bag and pull out the manifest and drop them down to him as they like open up again as full size papers.
Gotcha. And you hand him the symbol too?
Yes.
Okay. And he kind of like goes over them with, you know, as if he's going through like multiple documentations. He's like, this is very interesting. And these were going to the treasury. We're gonna have to put these to good use, Naxi. I hope you understand this.
I do. Also, everything in the treasury looks trashed. I did that.
Oh, I see.
She did really good.
But everything was legitimately there still, correct?
Of course.
That is good. The other side of the problem has been handled, obviously, but we shouldn't have anything from Corin anymore. I hope you don't mind missing a quote-unquote friend.
Who needs them?
With just basically like a high-pitched whistle. He summons basically a bunch of what would be the lay folk to you, Snaxy. A bunch of rats that come through, sniff at the box or sniff at the crate, and like do their best to kind of like get under it and kind of drive it back towards where he came from for the most part.
Well, I can help.
They're useful for something.
I go try and push the crate with them.
Yeah, you really don't have to help them. They have it on their own.
I just summon another magic lantern and just let the fire like wiggle around and hopefully it catches her attention.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, fire!
I'm like kind of sad that I don't get to help with my crate anymore because it was my crate.
Did she say this out loud?
I just look after it like, bye crate.
Goodbye, friend.
I found you, I sniffed you out. And now they're taking
We
you
had
away.
so many memories together.
We had so many memories.
Yeah, I was say RK takes a moment after he's done this and kind of snickers a little bit at Rin, and then turns his attention to Saskia. Like, he gives you kind of like an odd look, like this is different.
She kind of like looks away, her ears look down a little bit. Yes, it is different.
Yeah, I'm still in human form too, so.
Yeah, he's not met Rin before, so this is just kind of obviously.
I more mean he doesn't see a fox in a disgusting bloody spiked harness.
It's true.
Instead, he saw some girl in a red dress pulling it with a bloody spiked harness thing. Oh no, I guess he wasn't there to see you pulling it in, so he doesn't know you did that.
Yeah, no.
He did see my ass first, though, probably.
Maybe, but you know, you're unique.
Yeah.
But he kind of nods to Saskia like, okay, and then he looks back up to Snaxy. Did you do this as well?
Is that really a question you need to ask, sir?
I suppose I don't. You know you don't have to dress up everyone that comes in here.
I don't need to have clothes on?
Well, I would prefer you do have clothes on, but if you must.
No, wait, check this out. And she leaps up and turns back into a fox.
He just kind of eyes you like, obviously this is unique. But then again, he has a talking rat on his head and a cat in a dress in his foyer and a dude with horns.
And now a bloody harnessed fox.
And can you just do that on whim?
Yeah, check it out. And she does it again. Bounce.
Well,
Oh, big deal. Check this out. Start stomping my hooves. I can count. No. I'm kidding.
quite shocking.
Ow, burn.
Oh, burn.
After a moment.
Also, I look at Asher and go, I know that's a lie.
Shut
I
up.
kid.
After a moment of, I guess, bouncing at this point in time.
So he makes me do it over and over?
No.
I think you did it by yourself.
No, he asked me. He said, can you do it on a whim? And I said, yep, see, and I did it again.
Yeah, but you did, and then again, and then again, and then again.
Oh no, I only did it once, so I'm back in human form again.
The rats come back. The crate is empty, but he kind of leaves it in the foyer again.
Oh, I'd climb in.
It's nice. He's gonna.
What was that omitted? It cut out again.
Oh, did I? Damn. Say that Snaxy will like send out a magic hand again and pet Ren on the head and go, Randy has a good nose.
Yeah! Wait. Who's Randy?
Is that her name, or are you doing that thing again?
I definitely said her name correctly. It's Ruthie, right?
All right, fair
Or
enough.
was it Ramsey?
I have this...
I
I
think
don't
it was
know how
Rosie.
I'm doing it, but I have...
Ramon. That's her name. It's totally Ramon.
I have this mixture of pleasure from the hand and just utter confusion at the same time somehow.
Don't think about it too hard, Rudy.
And I'm sitting in my box.
if you fits, you sits.
Yes.
He turns back to all of you and says, if you don't mind giving me a moment, I'll get your rewards for this. And please stay in the city if you can. I may have more things for you to do.
You're going to send me out with him again, aren't you?
Only if necessary. But you handled this well, so it's fine.
You have to come, Snacky. You have to pet me.
She's gonna look at Ren and just make that face again. Oh god.
Yay, Snacky!
You're always welcome at the Mossy. Oh my god, I'm like
You gonna say that out loud? What?
Mossy cleft.
You're always welcome at my mossy club.
As soon as she says it though, she's like, ugh, why did I say that?
That's funny.
I'm gonna walk over and
Cue
look
like
"Who
shining
are
red
you?"
eyes just eyeballing you. Like, what the fuck were you about to say?
To my king in this economy?
She was just trying to be polite, but then was like, oh no, what have I done?
He turns away with, I guess, Snaxy kind of like turning around and glaring at you all like you're fucking beneath me as he's walking away. And he kind of disappears for a moment and reemerges without really saying too much, and kind of hands you all your reward. And we'll go over like, you know, how much essentially gold you'll get from this. But he gives you some resources for doing this, obviously.
Oh god, he gives me gold.
No, he just gives you all a sack, and you can all divvy it up however you need to.
But imagine they divide the gold between each other and Ren gets a sack.
Probably.
This is the most
'Cause
useful.
I don't know what gold is. I don't get it.
So before we leave, I want to ask the Rat King, what the other tiefling, being there's not many of us here, is he a bounty hunter? Like, what's he do?
Yeah, he's
'Cause it doesn't seem like he's just information gatherer or, you know, taskmaster or something like me, going out and fetching stuff.
Well, it is very obvious that some of you have other talents that others don't. So, yes, he is quite the individual that handles the dirty work for me, and doesn't have to be clandestine about it.
Well, we both know I know how to do some of that work also, so if you need another hand, let me know.
Ha.
It's terrible.
And with that, a small wink and a little chuckle.
So, you'll get a note if I have need of your services any further, which I'm sure you will. Let's just hope that Snacksy doesn't have to babysit you any longer.
To be fair, she babysat Ren more than anyone else.
She didn't sit on me.
And to be fair, she is part of your party.
Oh shit, Snacksy. Looks like you get to come back to the Mossy Cliff another time.
I think he was talking about me.
I was.
Yes, but that
Oh.
means
Boy.
Snacksy has to keep coming back to babysit.
Cue
Maybe.
the face of despair on this poor rat.
Despair
I'm
emote.
excited! All you hear from inside is thump, 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 thump as my tail wags.
So you're left at the end of this with gold, and Rinrin now has a box to sit in and an empty gold sack to play with, and
I am
kobolds.
bringing this crate back.
Well, so obviously Snacksy gets her own like private area within Arcade's mansion, and she can do with it however she will. I assume obviously it's above a little bit of everything, probably even above Arcade's like private room, but you're able to kind of go home and rest off this aggravation that you've had for the night or the day, and unwind, while the other three get to go back with their spoils of not war, mostly espionage, and kind of enjoy the rest of their day at the Mossy Cleft.
So is the Mossy, is it towards nighttime? Is the Mossy Cliff closing?
That's up to
I
you
thought
all.
it was 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you all. It's your business.
Oh, I figured Mist and Artrin pretty much laid out a game plan like, hey, we close this time, we do this. Kobolds come in, clean up, we shut down.
It's not super late by any means.
Okay, well, it's still open then. I guess I want to see if... Well, no, I guess that one Kobold got up and left whenever I gave him the jerky meat trying to blink his poor eyeballs.
I mean, he's still there, very likely. He's just, he went to go snack on his beef jerky.
Oh, yeah, no, he means from the front counter, though, I think.
Yeah, because Archer was just watching the front counter. He didn't go back to the sewers. He left that position, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's still there, I want to be like, buddy, you earned another small piece of jerky, but I don't think he is. So he gets no jerky.
I go bursting through the door with the crate above my head, screaming, "Come look what I got!" at the kobolds.
You just hear one of the customers just scream bloody murder because they just see this. Are you human form or?
That's a good question. I think on the way back, I probably would have shifted in excitement. In fact, I burst through the door as a human. As I burst through the door, I turn into my fox because I'm too excited to hold on to it.
Okay, so yeah, there's this big tittied woman that busts through the door, shifts into this battle harnessed spiked fox demon, screaming about, "Look what I have!" And then a couple of the customers just lose their fucking mind because they don't know what the hell is happening.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Mr. Archer are like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah. Are we being invaded? What the fuck is all this? I don't know.
Yeah, did you
Is there-
guys put my picture up on the fridge so like they know?
I was like, is there any way to calm customers, or is it more like, well, you guys are kind of locked in, might as well get in the tub and relax?
I mean, they're not necessarily locked into the area. They're just a little bit frightened because Rinrin is Rinrin.
Yeah.
I mean, I could always lock them in. We can't have customers giving us like 2-star reviews. We got to keep that 5-star status.
You could always give them some brews. Feed the void. Oh god.
Okay, I guess I could. Alright, yeah, anyone that had a little meltdown and freaked out because some big-titted woman just turned into a fox demon thing, I guess we'll give them a free drink.
And then
Or just have Ren jump up and down in front of them for a little bit as a human.
that's also true. But the real question is, how long is that dress gonna survive on Saskia before she's like, I gotta get back into my other clothes?
Yeah, I was just thinking that she's either. I think she probably knows that she should keep it nice, so she probably immediately goes to her room, takes it off, and then goes to the bath and just jumps in.
Snacksy, you feel a
Dress
disturbance.
and all?
Oh no, she took the dress off in her room and kept it safe in there.
Okay.
Good, keep it. Yes.
Mhm.
So with
It better be hung up so it doesn't get any creases.
It's hung up as best as she can, like on a little tree branch that she had, or like a spare arrow. Actually, yeah, probably a spare arrow just sticking out of one of her bedposts.
You can put it in my box.
whoa. Phrasing. It's thrown underneath her bed. Snacksy finds it. She's like, you motherfucker.
No, I think she recognizes that it was important to Snacksy and
Yeah.
RK, so she is keeping it safe.
Okay. And you all basically
See, Sebastian is a smart cat.
Sometimes.
Sebastian the Tabaxi, that's me. So as the night, comes to an end, you're able to unwind in your own particular ways, whether that be making jerky, playing with kobolds and roughhousing in water, or just being alone, or even out in the forest. Now that you have some time to kind of venture out that way, you're able to kind of resolve it as is. Snacksy, you're eventually summoned by the Rat King and for some tea in his room. And he gets you an appropriately sized teacup, not too hot, whatever your favorite tea is. And he serves it with you. And he basically just asks you, how did you think they did today?
Well, one second.
Okay.
Well, Aviana has a couple of things to work through. Ramona has a really good nose. I really like how versatile she is. And Scott didn't show me very much.
I have to really ask if you forget their names or not.
I got their names correct, so I don't see what the problem is.
You may have to draw pictures of them for me.
Cue a drawing of a fox with the name Roberto on it. A little cat that says Simone. And then I'm gonna draw a little spiky man, and I'm gonna write Augustus.
Well, he kind of like tinks your small teacup and says, very well, we'll continue to use them then.
I thought they would be worse than they turned out to be.
Well,
But they're a pretty useful bunch.
that's probably the closest to an approval that I've ever heard you say. So I guess that's a good thing.
I will need more effort from Shane, though.
Well, maybe you could coach them.
Coaching? My school days are over.
Well, you're still the smartest one that I know.
And she's gonna hide her smile behind the teacup.
And with that, you guys can finish your tea and go about your night, and we'll call it there.
Yay!
Yay!
We didn't fail.
I didn't fail.
I honestly was still plotting in the back of my mind that there would be some kind of combat, regardless, like if you knocking people out. But you all were pretty convincing and whatnot, and followed a lot of the clues that I just kind of laid out and was like, well, if they don't follow it, then there's probably gonna be a lot more fist throwing than I expected. But
I
yeah.
thought I was going to fuck everything the shit up.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna ruin that social
And
again.
instead, I created it.
It was good. It was good.
I didn't think Snacksy's, I picked all these flashy spells. I didn't think that was gonna be really good for, reeling Rin in.
I've got this visual now of your magic hand being what holds my leash.
So yeah, we'll pick out another time. Like I said, these will be like little side things that we do, but obviously there's more stuff set up now that RK has this symbol. You know, you can do your own research on the side if you really wanted to figure out what it is, but he at least knows pretty much who this is at this point in time. So you may have more jobs involving them in general, or you never know. We'll see how it goes, but I'll start looking into whatever the Wind's main plot point next is gonna be, because I would kind of want to steer it back in there a little bit, and then we can go from there as far as wherever we want to go. But yeah, thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
There's plenty of art to be had from a lot of these scenes now.
Yeah, I can't draw this fast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Time to scribble.
Oh yeah, the patented Snacksy scribbles. Those are
I
great.
can't wait to see more of those.
No, which one of the
almost
many
got my
names I
artist
called you
done.
guys? Which one of the many names that I picked out today is going to be the one that I write down?
Yep.
Fucking Alberto. But yeah, we'll plan some more times. I think I don't know who's gonna be going next, but I really need to still resolve group 3. But I want to get some more people involved with them so they can have help getting through some stuff. But I think this is a pretty solid group with everybody involved, and I think every group is pretty good. It's just a matter of organizing. That's, like I said before, that's the hardest part, is just organizing people to play.
The struggle.
It is a struggle. But yeah, obviously we'll be in Discord. Thank you all again for stopping by and playing with me. It's always fun. I know there wasn't a lot of combat, but I like having the story and having you guys kind of RP it out and stuff a lot more than just sitting there and sorting through numbers all the time.
Thank you, chat.
It was a good session. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yay!
And thank you, Red and Black Die.
Get the fuck out of here.
Loaded
Oh,
dice.
hold on. Let me roll it one more time. Let's see what happens.
All right.
It's a 13.
Okay, well that's acceptable. Yeah, now that it doesn't matter, you're not getting
Yeah.
20s. Son of a
Except-
bitch.
I cannot fucking believe that.
All right, so we'll organize your all's next game. It'll probably include all of you, and then we'll go from there. But it'll probably have to be like a two-parter, I think, especially if combat's gonna be involved.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna depart from this channel. Thank you again.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Boy.
All right, I am getting the hell out of here. Thank you everybody for stopping by and having fun. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoyed the shenanigans that they did. I like doing these little side missions too because it's super fun and it's super relaxed, and you know, we could just shoot the shit and develop some RP along the way. But yeah, we're probably gonna plan some major plot stuff for our next one for wins, and then once we start, you know, seeing more main developments come through, we may have some more side missions and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool and awesome and fun, and I appreciate you all stopping by. It's super nice to see all of you hang out for the entire session, and then we'll have more fun later. But until then, I will see you all later. Bye.